Okay, so back from the long hiatus. Oops. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll do the recap of the last session. Then I have a little extra special thing to bring us all back, hopefully.
Bum bum bum.
So yeah, last time in the sprawl. Uh, the next day at Section 9, the runners wake up and take care of some house cleaning. Sig calls her old friend Trum for a crash course on security rigging and comes up with a shopping list for Dith's friend KJ. While on the phone with KJ, Dith learns that their only line of a new registry for their ride is Crumb, the junkyard owner, not to be confused with Trum. The only problem is that Crumb wants an apology from Dith and Sig for their last meeting. Dith chews out KJ and gets him to lower the price, and only then does he agree to the trade. Tagami is still curious about the runners and wants to tag along when they go on this top secret meeting. Dith agrees after conferring with Red about the risks and possibilities while decking. Red also checks the Matrix for daily news. Rafter is still losing the battle of public opinion. Reports and concerns of Miss Yamada's absence from public events are the top stories. Notably missing is any word on Tagami's father. After getting ready for the sim conference, Dith, Sig, and Sam head to Crumb's junkyard and pick up their new plates and registration. On their way through the junkyard to the center where Crumb lived, the hairs on the back of their necks prick up. Sampton also notices some fresh tire tracks from a well-kept vehicle. Nothing like what usually comes through Crumb's lot. Sig even recognizes a bit of scrap Crumb's holding as the missing mirror from their bulldog that they lost during the queso incident. Dith calls KJ and tells him to bail while he begins to turn around. Crumbs lets out a shout, and two black SUVs come screaming around the corner, trying to pursue them. Dith swaps seats with Sig, and they begin to tear down the winding road out of the junkyard. Sig swerves into some stacks of junk, while Dith and Sam look for ways to slow down their pursuers. Dith sees an abandoned liquid gas siphon and yells to Sam to take it out along with their company. Together, they manage to set it off just in front of the SUVs. The first is totally obliterated, coming to a stop in a smoking heap. The rear vehicle manages a miraculous recovery and avoids the explosion and the lead SUV, but luckily the runners have slowed down their pursuit and make it to the exit far ahead of them. At the exit, they see more SUVs and the Lone Star Prowlers hastily assembling a roadblock. Sig botches the escape maneuver and spins out, but the men setting up the roadblock are so caught off guard that Sig is able to make a hasty escape. The away team returned to base and let Red and Bull know about what happened, while hastily preparing to deck into the sim meeting. Once they trace the connection request and break into the host, they find a large mass of personas all masked by an anonymity cloaking process. Red and the gang listen in while the participants argue heatedly about the failed abduction of Tagami Yamada by some group called the Ouroboros and her mystery rescuer, and the people who mysteriously rescued her. One individual looks particularly under attack and on the side of the Ouroboros. Also continual references made to something called the Keystone. Red attempts to circumvent the anonymity process but is met with considerable resistance. Instead, Red decides to join in the dialogue, with Dith feeding him lines to say. They start to ask questions, but immediately their ignorance brings them to the ire of the entire delegation. The group appeared split on whether to use Shoji Yamada to track down his daughter, but it seemed this broke some part of an agreement. Eventually, Dith, through Red, was able to steer the group towards using Shoji, but the group also decided to continue to use the Ouroboros to monitor any place Tagami might show up, most notably the Reality Hackers Party. The meeting adjourns, and back in Meat Space, Tagami appears relieved that her father's alive. However, the runners are left scratching their heads. And yeah, just a little narrative setup, I guess. This is all obviously totally out of character, and just to sort of like seed the world and what's going on. So you can picture like an overhead shot of Seattle in 2061. And then the real world starts to fade away, leaving a monochrome map of the Seattle Matrix. Several nodes are blinking, and like each shot is like zooming in on a node. And all these sort of point of views are like maybe security cameras or like webcams on little things, or like a phone camera or something. Just little like snippets of data from across the matrix. One of them is a man closes the maintenance panel on his gold-plated cyber limb, stands up and looks admiringly at his large glass display case. And then it zooms back in on another node. A man with a scarred throat stands among rows of cylindrical server banks, a faint smirk illuminated by the digital glow. Zooms out, back in again. A prison guard walks by a man furiously scratching numbers into his already cramped cell wall, and zooms back out and back in. And this is like a news conference. Frank Rafter's giving a report on the newly discovered information about the second arcology incident, and he appears very jubilant and sort of coming off as spinning it as the hero, or he was like some sort of Washington scapegoat. Questions about him running for governor are spread around, and then it zooming out more to the national level. More nodes are blinking. In a circular meeting room, the vice president sits between 10 men and women in business suits, each with a cadre of lawyers. A gray-haired man with bestial eyes smiles pleasantly. Zooms out over the Pacific. A black ship on a stormy sea. Blonde-haired otaku climbs aboard a stealth chopper as 100 uniformed men and women salute him in the rain. Over to the other side, to the Atlantic Ocean on the eastern coast. 100 brokers at the Boston Stock Exchange, shout loudly as they buy and sell stocks. And then the ending shot, if you will, is it zooms out further and further, and lights begin to go out on the matrix until all the remaining lights form the shape of a massive tree. And that's your sort of little narrative reintroduction.
I like the cinematic wrap up there.
You have a animated video to go along with that, right, Alan?
Of course, Jake's working on it. So blame him, he's sick.
Getting right on it.
Yeah. I've actually hired the entire, his whole company to work on it. So, it'll be done.
All right.
Yes, probably in the next 3 years, so it's about the typical length of a production.
Yeah, that's that's what you get. So yeah, I think, you guys are in section 9. Get the actual day, but I can check. No, that's not it. There it is. Yeah, so it is, I guess, Tuesday night or Tuesday evening, right after the conference call.
All right. So I guess one of the main things we need to decide is if we're going to take Yamada to the reality hackers party or not. Because it would be one more ball in the air during that whole thing, trying to keep her safe while we're trying to also get the the cipher codes.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't allowing her to perform, doesn't that kind of open up some more opportunities for us to kind of sneak around and gain access to other stuff?
Yeah, potentially. That's the thing. It's the trade-off, is that it may give us some maybe more beneficial than it is hindering. So,
are you having this conversation while she is there, or is this like, have you sent her off or something and you're talking amongst yourselves?
She was watching the meeting with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did she? Okay. I mean, at this point, I feel like we might as well get her. She seems to have calmed down a little bit, so I feel like we should get her opinion on things. Also, it seems like she knows things that she doesn't always immediately tell us, but sometimes if we're discussing something, she'll bring up something that she knows, so it might be useful to have her around. What do you think, guys? Or do you not want her?
As she's sitting there. No. Yeah, no, that's. I'm cool with her input. It'd be nice to have another woman's voice out there.
Another guy playing a woman's voice. Perfect.
Okay, yeah, so she'll be with us.
Okay. So she says, yeah, when I was there last, they gave me the rundown of the entire system, so I kind of have an idea in the back of my head of what it looks like, or at least the SimSense rig. But it looked like most things were interconnected.
Red, do you want to pick her brain about that?
I doubt. Does she have any idea where the like central hub is? Kind of runs.
Said it looked like there were 2 areas. I mean, mostly what they showed us was the central stage and the sort of hookups, but there was one place on the 2nd floor. It looked like there was probably a rigger or 2 there handling stuff. They told me the lighting guy will be up there or something. And then there was a lot of cabling going to this place on another place on the 2nd floor. It looked like the some sort of penthouse.
Interesting.
Did the lighter, was he a reality hacker, or was he one of your own guys?
No, they had all that handled. They throw a lot of parties, so they have most of the back end figured out. You just feed them a chip with everything you need done on it, and they do the rest.
Red, is there any? It's a long shot, but is there any possibility of writing a program that we could put on that chip that would, I don't know, do something? I mean, it could like knock out a system or knock out the power briefly, or I mean, I doubt it could infiltrate the system itself.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me. The only, I guess one of the issues that I could foresee with that is I'm almost wondering if it like actually knocks out a system. They're obviously going to have to get that system back online, and they'll know that it's knocked out, and so they're probably going to. I don't know if they'll start at the source of everything first, but it might lead them like right to where we need to be.
Mm-hmm. And you don't think it's possible to write like a virus that would go get the codes itself or something?
I mean, I guess it's possible, but I wouldn't really trust a virus to do that. I'd much rather be kind of involved with it more so than me writing a program to do it. Though I guess it's feasible, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it could be technically possible, but yeah, it would take a hell of a concerted effort.
Mm. Did they last time you performed Yamada? Did they let any of your own personnel behind the scenes at all, or they kind of just kept you guys front and center of the main stage?
She says no, like my producer and stuff were allowed to verify everything, make sure everything was safe. I mean, obviously I'm connecting to it too, so I have some reason to expect some sort of level of safety. But for the most part, it's all automated and just runs off of what I tell it to do during the show.
Did you notice like what kind of cameras Or other surveillance security measures they had?
Oh yeah, I mean they had cameras set up, probably some more stuff, but we weren't really given a show of that. But I mean, you know, I'd expect someone with the reputation of the reality hackers to have something like that, some sort of sweet setup. I mean, you should have seen their Simpsons rig. Do you know they can have over 1,000 concurrent connections?
I don't believe that.
Ruben.
She just shrugs.
Well, we could. It's interesting. We could use. So I mean, it sounds like the reality hackers, although they're, you know, they could easily become our enemies, but it sounds like they pretty much are going to do whatever it takes to protect, especially somebody who's coming to entertain them. So if we let on that Yamada has received like a lot of death threats this week, especially relating to this gig, they may. I'm sure they would step up their own security in terms of protecting her.
Is that good for us?
Well, yeah, possibly, because so first of all, if they do try to kidnap her during this, it's one massive distraction that that we can use. And I would think the reality hackers can handle a kidnapping attempt. And it may kind of press their limits, but that just pulls more people away from us trying to infiltrate deeper into their own system.
Yeah, that's true. But then if no kidnapping attempt happens, then we're just like, I don't know. It's harder for us to be covert, just because they're like on high guard.
Yeah, and
waiting for something.
there's no chance involved that like, I mean, I guess there could be a chance, but if like we let on that, would they at all just be like, nah, we don't want this party anymore, we're gonna cancel? And like, I assume they still want the party to happen.
Yeah, I did. See, they don't seem like the type of people to let like, you know, that stop their
Right.
parties, especially they're all
yeah.
about partying and,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, using her opens up some opportunities, but it also makes it riskier potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of weighing. I don't know. It seems like a good opportunity because we can use both. We still have the favor from Tiffany and her organization. That might be able to get like one or two of us in under the guise of being with them as a protection. And that way it kind of splits the group a little, or not. I mean, we're still together ostensibly, but it makes us a little less, I guess, I don't know, conspicuous or.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess you'd also wouldn't be sure if I mean, Tagami sort of says like she's like shrugging. She's like, I mean, yep, maybe the reality hackers could be beneficial, but that's assuming they're not in on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Says, I mean, they seem nice enough, but
at this point, she would already be captured if the first kidnapping had gone through. So her show.
I mean, she's like, yeah, but they'd be kidnapping me in a room full of hundreds, if not thousands of people. They can't all be on the reality hackers side, I'd assume. I'd have to have some fans. Like, come on.
No, I guess what I'm saying is the reality hackers wouldn't be a part of it because the plans to kidnap her were drawn up before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if we hadn't showed up and rescued her, she'd already be kidnapped right now. So her show at the reality hackers would be a moot point. Like, it'd be canceled, no one would care because she's kidnapped. So I don't know how they would be in on it if, like, they would set that show up, unless it's like a red herring, or was supposed to be like a red herring, or a backup plan, or something. Yeah, they could be in on it. I just am saying it's unlikely that they're in on it because, or against Miss Yamada, just because it doesn't quite add up. Like, yeah, whoever was supposed to kidnap her. I don't know.
I mean, the show could have been a setup to get me out here.
It's true.
When was the last time she performed there?
My last show was in Hawaii. Well, no, Kingdom of Hawaii.
Or no, didn't she perform at the Reality Hackers the night that she was attempted to be kidnapped?
No, that was a meeting to.
Or she was
set it up.
visiting, okay. Yeah, why wouldn't they just have kidnapped her right when she went there to meet with them?
Maybe they didn't want to be implicated.
So if she gets kidnapped at one of their parties, it's less of an implication.
Well, that's why I'm saying they're not going to.
Right, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were suggesting that
No.
they were.
I don't think they'll try to snatch me in a room full of thousands of people, many of whom are my rabid fans.
How long is your set typically?
Anywhere from an hour, hour and a half. And then, there's most likely an encore of 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I guess the one that, yeah, so, yeah. I don't know. It seems like like, Red, you could be her, like, tech crew head. Like, I could be her producer or something. Probably Santon might be a little bit better clean cut than Bull is. No offense, Bull, but as like head of security, I mean, Bull might be a better fit. Bull and Sig even maybe might be better fits to go with to be with the Tiffany's girls, just because they have a rougher look and they kind of look like, I don't know, they I guess fit that vibe a little better.
What are you trying to say?
They just look like better. They just look like better security for working girls, I guess.
I'm gonna go put my Trey Sheet clothing on. For that.
What does your Trey Sheet clothing look like anyway? What is it, like a
Assless
gown?
chaps.
I like a little red dress. Like, what is
It's Trey Sheet clothing. I thought it was just a type of
just
clothing.
a general just sort of thing you put on? It's like a paste you just cover yourself with, and there you go.
It's a really nice, like, casual business girl.
Nice.
Blue,
So it's like a pantsuit.
blue jacket. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Trey chic for a 40-year-old.
Singing a pantsuit.
The Hillary Clinton.
But I mean, so we may be able to get a tour by what's his face, Johnny Five himself, or at least one of their, higher ups, to kind of look at, ensure things look right, and get a look at how the whole lighting and whatever pyrotechnics are set up, if there are pyrotechnics. And that would at least give us a layout of the place to work with once we get inside to kind of play by ear with. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
yeah, that's sort of like the assets you have. It's like Tagami can sort of give you a reason as an entourage, also give you access to certain systems and stuff inside the place for her show. And then during her show, you know, she can sort of do things to either distract or captivate or whatever. And then you also have Tiffany's people who are like trained seductresses, basically. People trained to, you know, make people forget about anything else, you know, get people alone, that sort of thing. I mean, you have sort of all these avenues, and then Tagami said with the data chip or like the show routine. Now you know, I guess feasibly you could write a program that would break open their whole system, but maybe more feasibly you could write something that would maybe give you a little leg up once you're in the system, or do a little of the pre-work, or give you maybe set up an access point or something. So you have a lot of assets that you can work.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing, Dip, if you want to help me out with some shopping again, maybe, I don't know if you got a different contact than KJ, but I'm looking for like a rigor decryption module and a rigor protocol emulation module, as well as a few other like security rigor accessories.
I'm looking for propane and propane accessories.
Well, what I can do with them is potentially in the reality hackers, if I can find the place to like jack into their security network, could try to do that.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I need to get in touch with the guy, I guess. Do they sell that? Is it street level stuff at all? Like, would they sell it at any like public stores, or now it's all like?
Well, it depends on the rating. Well, they'd probably get a weaker one for now, or weaker gear, just so we could get it quicker.
Yeah.
We have what till Friday? And it's Tuesday night.
Yeah. It's Saturday or Friday.
Yeah, Saturday is the show.
Oh, it's Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can get like a pretty average one, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, maybe I don't know if stores are. I would probably need to like hit the streets and find like a tech, some guy who runs like a tech shop, and see if he. I mean, I guess
I'll go with you.
Biff is a technician, but that's not in the same vein, is it? My Decker contact's dead, so.
Should work on getting another one of those.
Is there like an OkCupid for contacts? You can like.
I have a fence. Can they get stuff too, or they just are good for selling off?
They're good for selling, but you know they might have a lead on someone or somewhere you could go for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give her a call. Jenny.
So what are you trying to buy, Drew?
Oh, the It's a rigor decryption module and a rigor protocol emulation module. And they're actually, I'm still kind of going through some of this material here. There's probably a few other things that I might want to get. Those are the main things I can see off the bat.
Do you know what page that stuff's on?
No, 98.
So see, like legality. Okay.
Yep, 98 rigor
50. Protocol. Okay.
Oh, feel.
So they're both.
Good things.
Let me just see. That
What's
is
up,
real
Greg?
quick. 4PW. I think the P means you need a permit.
Oh.
And W, Class C equipment. Okay. So, you know, a fine of 8,000 new yen and a 2-year sentence for possession. No big deal. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure most of you have stuff way worse. Okay, so give me a. I'm guessing she's a street contact, right? Just not like a corporate or.
Yeah.
Okay. So street etiquette check.
Oops.
Okay. So Jenny answers the phone. I guess, like always, you can tell she's talking out of half of her mouth. You know, the other half she's got a cigarette or something. And he's like, yeah, this is Jay.
Jay, it's Darkstar.
All right, what's up?
Hey, look, I'm curious if you got any leads. I know you're more in the habit of pawning off shit more than selling it, but I'm looking for a few things for a friend. Doesn't have to be through you. If you know anybody that's into this sort of stuff, you can send me their way.
Yeah, more into selling, but I could tell you who, maybe some of the people who buy it. What do you need?
Yeah. So yeah, I'll list off the stuff Sig needs.
Okay, so make me an availability check for each, I guess. So what rating are you getting this stuff at, Drew?
I'm thinking a 3.
A 3. Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay, so
Check before, but I wouldn't know if it would come in before the show or after the show.
So the availability will be 5 and 3 days. Okay, so make another street etiquette check. See if you can walk the walk. Okay, so 4 successes. On the, I guess we'll go in order, decryption module. Okay, so yeah, she says, well, speak of the devil, I just happen to have one of those in stock. And so it'd be 3 divided by 4 is like would that be like 0.8?
3 divided by 4?
0.75. So take like 0.75 days. So she could get it to you, or she could dig it out of storage and get it by, you know, tomorrow afternoon. For you to pick up, or she can, you know, make a dead drop, however you want to do it.
How about
You know, I could pick it up, Jenny. It's no problem. It's been a while.
All right.
that protocol
Well, one second. Tell Sig to get off the line. Okay, so she Yeah, she says, just come by the pawn shop. My guy there will give you a key to a locker at the bus station down the street. You go there, open it up, pick it up. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. What was the other thing? Protocol emulation module. Is it tough to get? Let's make me another etiquette check. Okay, but yeah. I think I know a guy who's got one on layaway, but I don't think he'll miss it. So he's a deadbeat. He'll never pay it off. So yeah, I mean it'll. I'll have that in the same package.
Excellent.
If you give me another few hours, maybe tomorrow night after the shop closes.
Yeah, can you have your guy leave the key somewhere for me then?
He'll probably still be there. So just knock, do the usual knock,
Okay.
and I'll let you in.
Alright.
All right, sounds good.
Cheers, Jenny.
And you got
Really
you got
appreciate
the cash for all this, right?
it. Come on. Do you remember who you're talking to?
Let me just
You know I'm good
tally
for
this
it.
up. 3 times street index. So the first part's going to cost you 67,500. Second part is going to cost you. Wait. Oh wait, no. No, it's going to be way more. Hang on. It's not 7,500. It's 70. No, it is 75. Never mind. So yeah, first one's 67.5. The second one is 15 times. It's 30. So 97.5.
You trust your guy at the shop with that much?
Says well, I married the son of a bitch, so I hope so.
All right, Jenny. Pleasure as always. I'll drop the cash off with him tomorrow night.
All right, whiz. She hangs up.
All right, Sig. You're in business.
Definitely,
Tomorrow
man.
night you'll have a choice.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. See, let me check the. I give you I gave you a cred stick of the 97.5.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pocket it. Get out of town. Take the first flight out of town.
Go buy your mansion back or your condo.
Yeah.
Go rehire Jeeves.
For another month, yeah.
All right. Cool. So got the level 3 decrypt and protocol emulation. Okay. All right. That was quick and easy.
So I wanted to ask, what's your face, Yamada? What's your first name again? Tagami.
Tagami.
I wanted to ask Tagami if her staff kind of fluctuates often. Like it's not too uncommon to have. Like, oh, it's a different producer that was here last time.
She nods. She says, people don't generally tend to question my entourage anyway, so it shouldn't be
Okay.
a problem.
Okay.
The tabloids seem to have this crazy idea that I'm extremely fickle, but it's all a lie.
Do you recall on your tour last time? Did you see a lot of data jacks in easy to reach places, or were they kind of?
She said, "Yeah, there's plenty of them. I mean, people have to hook up for the show, but I'm pretty sure that's on a separate system, and might only intersect with their main system at a few key points that I'm sadly not aware of."
Interesting. So does pretty much everyone in the audience jack into like SimSense during your performance?
Anyone who has the ability to and wants access to that part of the show. I mean, I assume some of you have probably done this if you have a data jack. I mean, a SimSense show, like you go into the show and there's like a thing on stage, like a performance, but then also once you plug in, there's like another sort of augmented reality overlay, and also you get like a feed of like the emotions and the emotions of the entire rest of the crowd and of the performer also sort of blended together in you, and it's like this sort of shared experience. It's like it's basically like the new performance of 2061. It's like this sort of shared experience.
Yeah, I don't know that we need to like manipulate the audience at all, but I mean, there's like potential to, I guess, like to manipulate all of that somehow, but I don't know that we'll need to, but it's there if anybody can think of it.
Mm-hmm. Tagami says usually, like, usually I can get a crowd, eating out of the palm of my hand, so that's not a problem.
Did last time you performed there, did Johnny Five come to watch, or did he?
She says she has never performed there before. No,
I thought she did.
Miscommunication.
Yeah,
No.
I thought she did.
No, this was sort of like an out of the blue, but sort of really interesting opportunity, or like offer she was given, and that's why she came here and went to see them, and agreed to the show. And before all this happened, I mean, usually the reality hackers get some pretty banging shows, but this is the first time you've ever heard of them having a sort of international superstar at one of their shows. So it's a little interesting, like, they must be doing really well to hire someone of this caliber, and, it's sort of out of the blue. And this party's pretty hype, I guess. I believe that's the technical term.
So I guess the main thing is if we do go in as your entourage, how can we slip away? During your tour, did they tell you that your technicians and your producer could kind of go into like other areas, or were they supposed to stay in one particular spot? Like, could you have technicians up with their like lighting staff or with their other people, or no? They were.
She shook her head. She says the box that they called it. She said no one was allowed in there, or they said no one was allowed in there. And I didn't even ask about the penthouse. But she said they'd have access to like the SimSense sort of circuit network, and access to any of the sort of show controls that they put it. Said there would be limited access down below the stage.
And do you recall if that area below the stage, if it directly connected to any of the upper floors or anything, or it just kind of goes out onto the first floor?
Yeah, it seemed to be just relegated to underneath the stage.
Okay.
It's where they have a lot of the equipment and servers down there.
Let's see. Do you still have the map, Alan, of the place, or no?
It's in your
Oh, it's in the notes. Or something.
yeah, your
There we go.
thing.
So the stage is first floor in the center.
Yeah, that sort of thing. It's got like the main stage in the center, and then there's smaller ones off to the side where there'd be like backup dancers or other stuff, or just open for people to hang on.
And the box, was that on the second floor? The top left?
The box is on the third floor. It's the red thing in the center top.
Okay.
And the penthouse is basically the blue one that spans the second and third floor. In the top right. The rest are maybe like either living quarters for any of the rowdy hackers who actually live there, which is mostly the top left, dark green room, and the rest are like facilities, maybe a small kitchen, and other rooms and stuff. But actually, it's all written down below it.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Damn, I'm good.
Is the penthouse, does it have glass walls at all, or it's all
it's glass, but it can be
turned opaque?
Yeah, opaque, yeah.
And if Tiffany's girls were performing, would they be on the second floor in those private rooms?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Private room, or just entertaining people on the show floor, or
okay.
just hanging out with people, depending on how it goes, I guess. Yeah, and the only thing I think is the fourth floor is basically just roof access and generators stuff.
And so the Simpsons rigs room on the second floor, would her crew have access to that since they have Simpsons control, or no?
She says maybe, but I heard that was for more like private Simpsons shows, or for maybe more dubious activities.
Yeah. And the dorms are strictly reality hackers living quarters? Yeah. Interesting. So we could get second floor access, not too difficultly.
Not too much difficulty.
With not too much difficulty, yes. Because I mean, like anyone who's not associated with the people that go in with Tiffany's people, they could just like pick up one of the girls and go upstairs with them, like go into, go into one of these private rooms on the second floor, the south side.
Going.
Without too much hassle, I would imagine. And potentially, if her girls are as good as she is at like pickpocketing, we could try to kind of pit them against like a particularly well accessed reality hacker, and she might be able to get like a key card off of one of them or something, and then drop it to one of us.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Or Sig, you could seduce one of them and get access to the dorms that way.
I'll wear my trashy clothing.
Oh, that
My
pantsuit.
blue charcoal grooming
Ah.
pantsuit.
Oh, those shoulder pads. Baby.
Because it sounds like the people who get in with Tagami are going to be relegated to the first floor, unless if, you know, we can come up with excuses to get elsewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any thought? I mean, it seems like it's either the main servers themselves, or either in that red, the box, or in the penthouse. Probably the box, because no one's allowed in.
Sorry, it was on the second floor?
Yeah, or the third floor, the red one at the top.
Oh, gotcha. The regular security room. Yeah. Getting in there would be interesting. I wonder. Like, I would need to tap into a hardwire point, access point, to get into the system. A lot like you would have to do for the Matrix, but it would have to be on their CCSS network. So you can use any fixed device, like a camera, security door, or gun port, to access. And it may alert, but that might alert the security rigger that I'm, trying to hop into the system. Maybe, could, potentially. I don't know. Depends on my decryption. Anyway.
What happened to is the spider bot still in there?
Spider bot.
Or did that?
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah, we did a.
That's how you basically know the layout.
That's right. Yeah. Because that's another option. Sig, maybe if Sig comes in with the stage crew, she can just like camp out below. I mean, it'd be like a safe spot where people wouldn't see you besides us.
True.
To like jack into your spider bot and like start sending it around, and maybe able to give us covert eyes on different things if people are trying to move certain ways to see if a path is clear. The spider bot may be able to.
Yeah. Okay. And we could use it to like target, depending on who we wanted to like snag a key card from. You know, if we find somebody leaving the rigger security room and walking to the second level or something, maybe, Tiffany is on a good, classy flirt, and it's guy alone, but
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Yeah, identify targets that way. Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, I like that. I'll bring my remote control deck. Oh shit, that's gonna be.
And we can get that stuff in with all of her equipment, I would assume, like just her regular.
Yeah, put in like a guitar case or something.
Music stuff, equipment, yeah.
I have this sweet drone for the show. I'll fly around my Dalmatian during the show.
Do some light shows or something. Bro. No, that's not a laser detonator. It's just a laser show.
Yeah, I like that. And then possibly, like Red can take one of the girls up to like the second floor.
Talk to her about opera.
Chicks dig opera.
This is true.
Yeah, I guess it's tricky. It's tricky getting up to the third floor. I guess it seems like it's so visible from everywhere, but maybe it's not in the midst of a concert. Maybe I don't know how lit up the things up there are. But I mean, unless if we can befriend Johnny Five and get him to like take a few of us on a tour of some things. But he seems kind of enigmatic, and he's probably always got a few guys with him, so.
Dudes.
I mean, the dorms go all the way up to the third floor, but that just seems risky. People coming in and out, and decently well trafficked by reality hackers. So.
Well, I would assume the upper floor too would be dorms for higher level types of reality hackers, people that might be in and out of the security room or the server banks more frequently.
Mm.
And then the ones on the second floor, probably more for regular gangster dudes.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty.
Is there a way we could use the? Sorry, I forget your name, ma'am. Pop star. Is there a way that we could get you to go on a tour? Because you've heard of the great parties and so on that go here, and you kind of want to look around the facility. And then possibly it would at least give us, because you guys said you got the spider bot up and around there, right? Already?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe there'd be an opportunity to pickpocket someone while we're doing a tour. And at least get maybe what the lighting looks like in the area and what you can see. It looks like these are all like balconies, like walkways.
Yeah.
Can you see all the way down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's glass. It's the glass.
Yeah.
It's glass light, but it's tinted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well.
The walkways are clear, but some of the rooms can be made opaque.
Oh god.
Or at least from what you saw when you explored it. Who knows how they have it set up when there's a party.
I don't know. Maybe that's an idea if they'd be willing to give you a tour and take your producer with you or whatever. Just to get physical eyes on what the lighting is like and if there's like guards walking around up there.
Well, you did take a tour, didn't you, when you went to visit them the first time?
So yeah, I mean, I saw the stage and all the rigging and stuff, or the Simpsons setup, and some of the lighting and stuff, but didn't go through much more than that. The rest of the stuff really didn't apply. It was just sleeping areas, private rooms, and the penthouse. So I really only saw the first and second floor, really. And she shrugs. She says, like, yeah, I could ask for a tour, but I mean, there's no guarantee they'd give it to me, or a very full one.
Yeah. I mean, we could ask for like a dress rehearsal, like the night before, but I mean, I guess one nice. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad idea. Bullseye. Although I do
say that you want to like have a grand entrance and you want to start on the fourth floor and like sing as you walk your way down through the rooms, and blah,
through
blah,
the
blah.
box, through the security suite.
Yeah. You're an international pop star. You should be able to demand whatever you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is one thing. We should have a decent amount of sway, or at least, like, I don't know. I might be able to like throw my weight a little bit, just because it seems like they've spent a lot on this, and it's like this is like the biggest star they've had perform. So you pull a little bit of like this is a global international pop star. God damn it, she gets things done the way.
Red M&Ms only.
Is it right?
She will perform for 7 minutes, no more.
I do feel safer having. I don't think any of us are particularly that well versed at pickpocketing. I would feel safer having one of Tiffany's girls do it during like physical encounters because it's a little bit easier to pull off if you're like touchy-feely with somebody than for getting a tour and I'm like somebody finds my hand in their ass pocket. They're like,
Ooh, I didn't know.
"What the hell's happening?"
You actually vocalize the yoink. And just play yakety sax.
But Red, I don't know. I mean, how comfortable do you feel? So Red, say if we were able to get a key card to you, to the box, and then you were to like go up to the second floor with one of Tiffany's girls into one of these rooms, like the red or purple room. I'm not sure which, but how confident do you feel of making your way up to the third floor? I mean, I guess there's a lot of factors, but
Not really.
How well do you think you could solo who's ever in those
That's a
rooms?
great way to answer that question.
yeah, I mean, we don't know. Yeah, if there's guards patrolling all these floors and what the status is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not super unlikely to see people, I guess, on the second floor, but I'm worrying about moving up to the third floor, I guess.
I mean, we could, yeah. We could also try, if you were like the bodyguard of one of those girls. Again, we could try targeting with Drew's or Sig's spider bot one of the guys who like a technician on the third floor. Wait for him to come down, have her kind of try to seduce him and see if she can get some sway to be like, so why don't you show me? And maybe she can just, he thinks he's just leading some, dumbwitted
How does all this
escort
work?
to, to like check out the super top secret part of the building, and you kind of follow behind just because like it's just part of our rules. Like there always has to be one of us present with the girls. So, and then possibly like assault the guy in the room or something. Like take him out, take that staff out, so to speak, and
Or make love to him so well that he falls asleep.
Red, you need to seduce the technician.
See what I can do.
Yeah, and like, that from when you had some meetings with Tiffany, not all her girls are just like empty-headed, bimbos. Like she has some people who she can trust and who are very capable of handling themselves.
Yeah, I mean, we could try to even talk this over with Tiffany, just say that we need to get myself to the third floor at some point during the night, and if this is what we were thinking, and if she had any possible ideas or other thoughts about it, then we can go about it that way.
Yeah, or particular girls that you thought were well suited for the task, yeah.
And your plan's pretty good, Dith. The one thing though is you got to think about how do you probably don't want to wait for a higher up to come down. You want to figure out how to get a higher up to come down.
Right. Could we
I could throw him down from the third floor?
You could come in from the roof and
like
tactically lower him.
And then just claim you're a doctor, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna help him steal his key.
Is there a doctor in the house?
And I'll just jump out the third floor window and take off. Easy peasy.
We could put like a small like glitch in the chip that we give the SimSense people. So when the show, or like shortly into the show, or maybe even before, there's like some kind of technical thing that goes wrong that like forces a technician to come downstairs to kind of diagnose and fix. I don't know, Red, I'm talking out of my ass here, technically. But I mean, that's one way that we could introduce like a problem that needs to be fixed, maybe, that would cause...
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, was somehow either something with like either the lighting or something goes wrong with one of the systems that would cause somebody from the third floor to have to come down. I just don't know exactly what the best problem to have that would make someone on the first or second floor couldn't handle.
Right, yeah. And I don't suppose they would come down for her sensational top Billboard charting
Probably not.
Single J-pop.
Maybe if something
Takami sort of scowls.
about something going haywire with the, because there's like going to be fire involved in the show, right? Some kind of pyro stuff going on.
She shrugs and says, yeah, there could be.
Something went wrong with that.
Yeah, it's not a fire. That always works.
I could see the headlines. Hundreds die in
No.
We got the code.
fire on the edge of the Barrens.
I'm actually kind of okay with that idea.
Well, yeah, we don't necessarily have to start a fire, but we could at least... Red could probably dupe the system into thinking that there's like a critical issue with the pyrotechnic system, and that might cause like somebody to they may like catch it immediately and be like, oh shit, we have like this is gonna and cause them to go down and like fix it maybe.
But it has to be real. Like if they don't, shit goes out of hand. Right?
Yeah.
Gotta be convincing.
Blow up in their face.
Screw
Said,
it.
look, right here. So,
Beep, beep, beep.
I know you guys brought up this Johnny Five character. Is he part of the reality hackers?
Yeah, he's the leader.
Oh, he's the leader, so he'll have a key access to everything, right? But you think it might not be great to try and lift it off him?
Hey, maybe Tagami, yeah, should probably meet up with J5 at some point. Maybe going for a hug and snag his.
sort of looks at you like, what kind of performer do you think I am?
I think we're in charge of that right now, Missy.
But he seems pretty kind of like he didn't even attend the meeting that you were at, right, Tagami? He wasn't there.
He says he made an appearance.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Big gaudy guy, but yeah. He seemed uninterested.
Yeah.
So if you cause because I see the second floor has the SimSense rigs. So if something goes wrong with SimSense, is that where they would go to deal with the issue, or would they have to come downstairs?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think we might be able to make enough fuss for them to send some sort of system admin or something down there. Sure, I mean, yeah, might be possible.
And I see the servers and security are on 3rd floor. So instead of maybe twiddling with the SimSense stuff, since that's probably guys are gonna come from the 2nd floor to deal with that, which would be maybe pointless. Is there something we can do with, like, I don't know, because if it happens to the servers, aren't going to come all the way down to the ground floor.
Yeah, so if Red can introduce an issue into the pyrotechnics system, and it could even be something that we, or it's like one of our crew alerts them to. Like it doesn't necessarily have to like explode or like shoot flames out, or, but it could be like Red himself could be like something's wrong with like there's an issue with the pyrotechnic system. It's not responding to my the programming that we have for the show. I think there could be a serious issue with this. We need like somebody to take a look at this. It might cause somebody to come down and I don't know.
Yeah. Or they could maybe take you up if you could convince them. Of course, then they'll be standing there watching you do stuff. Most likely.
And if it was like a lighting issue, I suppose a lot of the lighting is up in the rafters and things, so.
It would mostly be around like the central sort of walkway and area.
On the second, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we could do the pyrotechnics thing, have the spider bot watch, hopefully they'll come from the 3rd floor, and have the bot there watching to identify who it is. And then as the guy's like working his way across the dance floor, you could have 1 or 2 of these girls, kind of be hovering around and bump into him or whatever they want to do.
Yeah,
Get his key before he even gets there. Because I think it would be awkward if he's working on stuff and these girls are like pawing at him. And
I was gonna say after he finishes, like after he resolves it and is heading back, they could try it. Because if they did it on the way there, he would be like, "I got shit to do. This place is gonna burn down if I don't fix it."
That's true. Then maybe they can pull him away and take him somewhere.
Christ, woman.
He just slaps them in the face and keeps going.
But yeah, I mean, once he fixes it, then on the way, before he heads back upstairs, she could kind of, bump into him at before the stairwell and try to convince him to go back up and see all
they
the
could like spill a drink on him or something, and just patting it down to clean it up. Makes the move. Not that I've ever done this before.
Might be dangerous to spill something on a reality hacker. You might start an electrical fire.
Well, that's just a risk we're willing to take.
There you go. Just bring a fire hose and just hose the whole place down. I guess, I mean, the only issue is that it just leaves Red, like, to, go up with her on this guy, and then it's like... I mean, I guess we could try to coordinate, and, like, Sampton maybe could take another girl and go up to the 2nd floor into one of the private rooms, and then try to, like, street samurai his way up to the 3rd floor.
What does that even mean?
Exactly.
Carves a bloody path
Exactly.
to this. Yeah.
He'll just Shadowrun his way up to the top.
Yeah. Okay.
Just figure it out, man.
Just get it done.
Yeah. I'm also thinking maybe if we can get this tour to go up to at least up to the third floor, getting up to the third floor, we could see how that's done. Is like what's the door like to get through? Are there cameras on the door? Is there like a guy there? Is it just a panel? What's on the other side of the door when you first walk in? Because you don't want Red going up there and he's presented with like a drone or something in his face looking for ID every time guys go in and out of the room, right? I don't know.
Right. But I guess the thing is that we can't anticipate what it'll be like during a massive party that they're having. So like no matter what it is on like a regular day, it could be completely different.
Well, this will be like as we get there an hour early, we'll go up for like a quick walk through, or you and her just.
Oh, right.
So it'd still be the same day and right before, but
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. I mean, potentially I could try to like work the floor, like the ground floor while I'm down there and try to find, like if I see Johnny Five, try to like, I don't know, just keep his attention for a while so that he doesn't, go upstairs. From the sound of it, she said he wasn't that interested during the meeting, so it sounds like he's not really going to be into the concert necessarily, but he may still make an appearance downstairs, I assume.
I would think he would probably be there because with a big concert like this, there might be some named people showing up. So he might want to make an appearance just to schmooze a little bit. But
yeah,
who knows?
I wonder if he entertains people in his penthouse during parties, or if that's just like his living quarters or like strictly the penthouse. So the wall. Anytime we've seen the inside, or Tagami has, the walls have been opaque in the penthouse.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because if we can like keep Johnny Five to the ground floor, that's one less variable of him like stumbling out of the penthouse while somebody's walking past.
Stumbling out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you guys can actually like plan down to the exact detail.
Yeah.
Kind of just have to come up with a game plan, a few sort of roles for everybody, and
I'll go work there as a maintenance worker for a month, and then we'll do the run.
for a month, just make really good, get payments, get benefits, just keep working, saving that money.
Way up. I'll have access to penthouse in 3
And
weeks.
like 30 years from now, I'll retire with the pension.
That'll show that.
Something at this job. You guys are just waiting for the phone call, but it never comes.
It's like that Key and Peele skit where they're trying to rob
Yeah.
the bank, but they both just get jobs there.
Good job. Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, I guess we should divide roles. Bull's definitely gonna go, I guess Bull and Red are gonna go with Tiffany's girls as their muscle. They fit the profile maybe a little better.
I do have, some ability to stay out of sight and keep quiet, so
Okay.
that might be an added benefit.
You can just picture it now. Troll keeping out of sight. He just pulls a box over his head. Some solid snake.
I use a plastic bag. It's more original.
And then Sig, Samson, and I as Tagami's crew. Sig, the head of, like the technical head. Samson, the head of security. And I'll be her producer. So that way Red, as one of the bodyguards, has an excuse to follow her upstairs, assuming she can, persuade someone. and also Bolvi too, maybe potentially. So, I guess if Sampton wanted to get to the second floor, he could take one of her girls under the guise that they don't know each other, and then Bolvi would be forced to escort them, and then we would have like 3 people on the second. We'd have Bolvi, Sampton, and her all together, which could open up some opportunities for you guys, because then you can at least work together, and then I would stay on the first floor probably. See if I don't know, I can, make friends with anyone, and Sig, at least for the start, could operate the spider drone from underneath the stage, where it'd be safe for her to. Nobody would be walking in on her.
Yeah, I like I like the sound of that. And then I guess we would need to figure out an exit plan. As hard as those are to nail down, like
I mean, ideally, if it goes extremely smoothly, which it won't, and Red is able to get into the box undetected and hack the cipher codes, then he could just take the girl back, like just quickly escort her back downstairs and like, oh, all right, we're leaving.
There is a fireman's pole for very quick access.
That's right, in the dorm, you could just take the fireman's pole like that.
yeah, just pop into the dorm real quick. Mind if I use your pole?
Sampton, essentially, yeah. We're trying to. Bryce tasked us with getting the server cipher codes from these guys so that he can use their server capacity to do a bunch of stuff. Essentially, this is a gang, a high-tech gang, and this is their headquarters. And if you don't remember, we have a Japanese pop star in our custody. Of course, yeah, as is tradition.
Don't you just love weird 80s sci-fi future where Japan rules everything?
Could we maybe make Red along with Sampton just going up with the girls? Because it might be odd if they have like 8 bodyguards going up.
No, there wouldn't be 8 bodyguards. No. No, I'm saying Sampton would be the
like
John in this.
Right.
Would be the John in this case who's picking up the escort, and then you would
the
be
bodyguard just
respective
ignoring his
bodyguard.
duty.
Right. Well,
Going
Tagami's
to
head of security. He's got to get some action every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, the main goal is getting into basically the secure areas of their hangout. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, getting someone to come down. I mean, you could try to like get someone to come down while someone's trying to go up, and that way, maybe try to empty out the room, have Red do his thing.
Yeah, I guess we need to lift probably a key card, I imagine, to get into the room before that happens.
Yeah. I mean, there are ways around such things. Riskier ways, but ways nonetheless.
Maybe like electronics, like you'd have to jack into the thing. I mean,
I have my high school diploma, and I
You're hired.
qualify.
GD. Welcome aboard. You don't have enough chrome though, so.
No, that's
Well,
true.
Yeah, we can wrap some tin foil around your arms and give you...
I'll just wear some paper clips.
Robot bull. Yeah, I mean, you just going with this setup. Get in there, do a little freestyle.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah, there are so many variables. It's hard
It's
to nail
inevitable.
down all of the
Um,
and we're gonna have to adapt once. I mean, there's a good chance that a kidnapping attempt is gonna happen, possibly during the show, but maybe not until afterwards. But
Leaving Death all alone to guard the precious pearl.
trust me, guys, I got
Stop!
this.
In the name of love.
Like the one time
He's
I
been in
got
the room for 4 hours. What is he doing in there
one
with
time
it?
I got gagged in the back room of a place and beat half to death.
Yeah,
good times.
Your last nightclub expedition went well.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you have a rough outline of what you want to do. Still have a few days before the actual event. Was there anything you guys wanted to do or check out
So,
in the meantime?
Red, not to give you homework, Red, but I guess you
Yeah.
need to write that.
I need a 3,000-page essay on.
to
No
write-
problem. We'll be done by the morning.
to write that program that will cause like an issue in the
Yep.
pyrotechnics. And I'll give Tiff a call tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just so that I understand how I'm getting up on the second floor. and
Third
then,
floor.
But, well, eventually the third floor.
One step at a time.
Yeah. So wait, I
Okay, so
actually-
essentially, here you go. All right, so you're under the guise of a bodyguard for Tiffany's girls.
Right.
You and Bull both are, and there's
Right,
like
right,
a multitude of them.
Yep.
So Sig's gonna kind of flag an issue with pyrotechnics. We're gonna hopefully a guy from the box will come down to deal with the issue.
hopefully.
Sig's spider bot hopefully will ID him. He'll fix it, and then on his way back, one of Tiff's girls will try to seduce him. If that's successful, then you, as her bodyguard, are mandated by the company to. You always have to
Okay.
be with the girl at all times.
Sorry, I thought Bull
You have
was.
to watch.
Strictly professional. Yeah, you've got to, but you have to at least be within close proximity.
Sure.
To everything that's happening. So.
Okay. I got you. Sorry, I
so
thought.
you use
Bull
that
was
as the
going up.
guys.
Yeah.
No, I was saying that if a few other people want to get up to the second floor,
Oh, that's an option.
Sampson could, because he's with us, so he's
I got you.
unrelated to them, so he could pick up one of the other girls, and then Bull would be mandated to be her bodyguard and follow her.
Yeah, I got you.
Um,
So then, once I'm up on the second floor,
so essentially,
this girl is hopefully gonna.
I'm sorry. So the idea is that she seduces him to go show her, the top secret part of this building that she's heard so
okay.
much about. So the hope is that he'll take her to the box to just okay, what the hell? I'll entertain this girl, and then
And I mean, the
Get some
bodyguard's
action.
coming along. You know?
and then you could ambush him in the box, maybe ideally. But don't do it in his box, but do it in the box.
see.
And hopefully gain access that way. But yeah, so there are a lot of factors that could
Sure.
go wrong.
All right. then once I'm in the box, easy peasy, just
And
grab the
that's
cipher
super
codes,
easy,
and then
just
it's
hack into the system.
it's just a walkthrough.
This is why we keep you around, Red.
Yeah. You don't pay me nearly enough.
Guess how much you're getting paid for this job?
Nothing.
Well, Bryce has some.
Unless if we sell the cipher codes back to the reality hackers.
Because they could just change them.
Once they know they've been compromised.
Oh, that's right.
That's legit.
Bryce. Didn't he tell us to like do it so they don't have no idea,
Right.
or else they'll just change the codes? It'll be worthless to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, we can't let it can't be discovered. So that makes it even easier. I guess.
Of course.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Any other ideas? I mean,
No, yeah, it's a little tricky. I mean, it really depends on how populated the third floor is during this whole escapade. Like, if there are like patrols going around on the third floor during the entire time, there's a very good chance I could die tonight or that
all of us. Yeah.
night.
What about I could hit up Rorg and
Jeez.
have him come out and wild card, baby. Like
Wild card, get you.
you could start some shit.
He would kill people.
Serious question, though. In terms of weapons that I guess Bull, myself, and Sammy will be bringing in, I'm assuming I'm just going to bring a staff and leave the AR at home.
I mean, you might be able to stash stuff in sort of the roadie equipment,
Okay.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll plan on that.
And as
I wonder
bodyguards,
yeah,
as
yeah,
bodyguards,
yeah.
you'd be able to have like maybe a sidearm or something, but you're not going to be allowed to bring in any heavy equipment.
Sure.
I think a bazooka is a sidearm for a troll, right?
Yep.
No, Panther assault cannon. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can hold it, it's a sidearm.
Is it sidearm or the size of my arm?
Can it be both?
Okay. So, Bull and Red are with the working girls. Sigs, Sam and Dith are with Tagami. Sig's the tech. Sam's bodyguard. Dith is the producer. Okay.
And Red is following, hopefully, the girl upstairs to the third floor.
Well, yeah, I'm not copied.
No, I'm just talking about it to myself to make sure I don't go do something stupid. Start kicking doors in.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, you have those few days to iron out any details, do any legwork,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to be working on the program. Potential possibility for an exit strategy is to set off the fire alarm. I don't know if that's.
Stampede.
I mean, the
But
zoning
yeah.
laws aren't very strict in, the Edge of the Barrens. So
The what law? I'm sorry?
the zoning laws. So I don't know if
May
they
not be
have
up
a
to
working
code. Yeah.
system. I mean, they're definitely going to be breaking the occupancy rating. And you just know that from past hearsay of their past parties.
We could, yeah.
Could set off some kind of device, some sort of
Some
Yeah.
sort of improvised explosive
already equipment.
thing.
That device sounds like a bomb to me.
Yeah, like it wouldn't have to be. We pack it with like shrapnel and nails and stuff. Like we'd maybe make a controlled blast of some sort.
It sounds like a terrible idea.
Filled with rubber balls. It'll be fun.
Sting grenades.
Good distraction to get out.
We
To
do
get
have.
stampeded.
Yeah, we do have some
Yeah,
crowd.
that's how you want to get out, is have everyone else trying to get out at the same time. It's perfect time to try to leave.
Can we like get EMP bombs and just kind of like take the block down?
Let's
and
just take
walk
bombs
out?
off the picture altogether.
EMP bomb.
Undetected.
Oh right, undetected.
I mean-
It's not supposed to be obvious.
Best case scenario, maybe we just let the party wind out, let Tagami do her thing, and we'll just call it a night.
Yeah, I guess. So I guess the main thing is, all right, if they find that knocked out guy in the box, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, he comes too. You know.
Right. So I mean, we could. All right, depending on how limited the third floor is, you could knock him out, and then we could like drag him into like a dorm bed, and then like take his clothes off and like put like a bunch of, I don't know, condoms on the floor or something, and just make him think that he had like an awesome time.
Tie
And
his
then,
hand.
With a
No-
possible brain injury.
yeah, you could
Must have been a really
tie
good
him
time.
up. Yeah, I don't know.
God.
Because that is one thing. Like, even if we get away with it, if they think the box got compromised, they may start looking at, I don't know, all that stuff. And
Well,
I don't know if they would immediately think their cipher codes got taken, but
we'll also be on camera. Unless I can get
that's
of the security.
Oh yeah, what if they have cameras?
cameras. All right, Red, you can wipe that too, right?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay, Red. One more thing to the list. I think we can just sit this one out and let Red take this for us.
But if
You could even have like the girl stay with this knocked out guy in the bedroom for however long that she's there for anyway. So if he does wake up, she can just talk to him and whatever.
yeah.
I mean, that's true. I guess we could just, instead of, she could just try to lift the card off of him while she's, and then take him to, like, again, yeah, to his room, and then let Red, well, like, Red waits outside the door, but he actually just takes the card and goes to the box and
hacks and then
Sure.
gets back down and gives the card back, and she puts it back in his pocket. 'Cause he-
right, or we even just leave with it. We just say fuck it with the cards or something, or just like drop the card somewhere and
Oh, that's true. Drive out to the room or something. I don't know.
just try to get it. Or yeah, but I don't know if we'll have time. Or I don't know, maybe.
But
Yeah.
see, the idea is, if we're undetected and we pull this off, which is how we have to do it for Bryce, there is no like hasty escape at that point. Like the only way that would happen is if we got detected somehow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We would feasibly have time to go back down and give him his car back, but I don't know. Maybe there's a way to be semi-detected, which we'd want to avoid, or like that we could be detected but not overtly, so that they wouldn't necessarily know what we stole, or if there was any, if it was for some other reason. Like I wonder if there'd be a way that we could feign that we're like after something else. Like, I don't know if they have like a
Yeah. Anything else that's worth?
armory or something.
How fast are we dropping these codes off? Like after we get them?
Yeah,
It's gonna
that's
be
a good
pretty
point.
quick, right?
Gotta hustle over to Bryce.
And then once he gets access or it,
Then he's in, I'm assuming, and then it won't matter if they change the codes.
okay, yeah.
They'll take over their system.
Yeah.
Can we
But how
can we
far
pass these off remotely? Like as soon as we're out, just send it.
Like,
or just follow
like you're not actually stealing the codes. You're stealing, like, think of it as like the
cipher
table.
the codes.
Yeah, the table of all possible codes ever, so that he can never really be locked out. Because he
Okay.
basically knows how the codes are getting calculated.
select star from T Cipher.
But yeah.
So we would maybe send that to him, or like Red would maybe have to send it. Like we could physically bring the information to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there'd be a secure way to do it remotely though. Just like send him a text message. Here's the cipher.
I mean,
Well,
you could
it's-
also, once you get access or something, or in their system, you could even maybe get assistance from Bryce from the outside. If you like open him a back door or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's the
We should coordinate with Bryce on this one.
savant.
He would be useful.
Well, he kind of like
Nah,
washed
Red
his
can
hands.
handle it.
He was kind of like, all right, guys, go take care of this, and I'll see you guys
Bring
later.
it back to me. What is this, a quest? Bryce, come on, man. Help us out.
So is
Because an outward intrusion would be easier detected.
is this Bryce character like a physical person, or is it like the tree in the Matrix?
Bryce?
Doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
pretty much. He's just the Matrix now. He just exists.
He was our Decker. He's Nathan Allen's friend, and he went into the Matrix and never came back. One day, it was whatever Phantom had like footage and info on the arcology shutdown. He was a Decker, and we got his cube or some sort of thing, his data cube, and we were like had to wait forever for it to be decrypted. And anyway, but Bryce ended up dying, but his Matrix presence still exists metaphysically. And now he's
It's
ramped
complicated.
down. Significant.
Just know that he's there all the time.
It's a fantasy gamer.
He's watching you jerk off online.
Well, I assume that.
Yeah.
One of those blips of the Matrix in the initial cinematic intro. And,
Yeah, well, there's an idea. Is there a way for you guys to contact him, like, at will? Like, can you just, like, hop on the Matrix and he's there?
I think we have his contact info.
Yeah. And you can guess he's probably monitoring the reality hacker's place. Watching out for you guys.
Yes, I mean that could be a significant, hopefully, weight off the decking weight off your shoulders, maybe, Red. If you can get a back door open for him to.
yeah. That would be.
And then he could. That would be one less thing for us to have to get to him, because he could probably get it himself.
And then honestly, we wouldn't have to worry about. It's weird to say this, but a quiet retreat. Like we could just bust out of there if we had to, because then Bryce is in, and it doesn't matter if they know that we're there or not anymore.
Well, no, it does, because if they change the cipher that generates their codes, then it's.
Yeah, if they shut off the
Bryce
hard
can't.
line and then rechange their system, then it's
Okay.
still kind of screwed.
So we do need to be discreet about
Yep.
accessing it. So yeah, I mean that's a. So that way, so we'll have the girl try to seduce him and take him back to a room, and pick the card off of him and get it to Red. If she's not able to, if she tries and she can't do it, or then she could be like, hey, play the card of like, why don't you show me the top secret parts of this place, and then we could try that route. But maybe plan A is to try to get her to pickpocket it, get it to Red, and then Red can even be like, all right, I'm waiting out, and then she can stay with the guy. Red can be like, I'll be right outside the door, which is the dorms here. And then if he finds an opening, he can slip to the box and try to get in. And...
Yeah, I think like a low violence is probably the only way we're going to do this successfully. Because God knows what kind of actual security these guys already have.
Wait, who just said that? I thought I could have sworn it was Boulevard. But... Nah.
Character
I don't
progression.
always get it right, but when I do, it's when it benefits me the most.
I see.
So that's why you always pick him with Diff, I see.
And, yeah, that's right.
Just, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, sounds like Red's got a little bit of prep work.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Tiff.
Tiff. You don't really have to worry about having to negotiate with Tiffany. She'll basically give you whatever you need.
Okay. Yeah,
like
that's better.
If you want two people adept at seduction and distraction and subterfuge and stuff like that, that's no problem.
Okay.
It's kind of surprising to you how much clout Tiffany has and how much resources she has at her disposal. But yeah, that's fine. Anyone else doing any prep work or leg work?
I need to pick up my gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
That's
go
not-
get that tomorrow.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, we can fast forward or take as much time as you guys need. Is basically what I'm saying.
Actually,
I'm
change
just
of
going to
plans.
meditate and practice being patient.
Crumb has your order, Sig, so we got to go pick it up from him. He demands an apology for burning down the documents. I'll go solo this time. It's probably done.
You want me to go with you this time in case?
No, it's all good.
Actually,
No.
KJ gave you a call. He wants to sit up.
Hey, come down to the station.
Come down to lockup.
Pick me up.
Can you post my bail? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Tiffany's no problem. She'll send you a couple of her best. You can call them. Let's see. You can call them Candy and Rose. Are the two females?
Candy and who?
Rose.
Rose.
Yeah.
All right. We all need to come up with names, by the way, because I don't want to be doing it on the fly. And
Yeah, this is great.
Okay. And Red, what are you setting up in this sort of?
What?
Are you, or is that no longer the case for the basically the show disc? I forget what I called that. Like the why am I blanking? But yeah, the thing that runs the show or times the show and creates all the timetable for the show of like when special effects and stuff go off and
Oh.
how it needs to be. Were you even doing anything special with that anymore?
I don't think so, unless there was a particular need for me to do that. I think the main thing was just going to be doing the pyrotechnic stuff.
Okay. Well, at some point, Tagami sort of sits you down at some point and gets your help in designing it.
Okay.
But she's surprisingly adept at it. And really all you're there for is a few error checking duties and clean up a few bits of code. But for the most part, she designs it herself.
we could put in a few points throughout the show where after like a big finish to a song, all of the lights like go down, and then that way we would all know. Like, say you're looking for an opening to like sneak along a certain section of the walkway, and you know that at the end of this song that's currently playing, there's going to be a big like light that goes down for like 5 seconds. Like, you may be able to time it so that once the song finishes, you make a move, and then like we could never use it, but it also could be like something that helps maybe. Although everything upstairs could be lit differently, but I don't know, it's worth it.
Also, I mean, a SimSense performance is a very sort of free-flowing and improvisational act. So, and Tagami is equipped with a headwear radio and a transducer, so she can talk to you guys. You can be in constant contact with her if you need to, or if anything changes, or if you need something to happen. Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Let's see, I don't think so. I may maybe take Sig and Samton out shopping to get some clothing for the just to match her like crew style. This kind of flamboyant kind of.
You mean Alexa?
Tagami sends you with a list for herself as
Alexa.
well.
Yeah, that's right. I guess Tagami was going to get her outfits as well. Yeah.
She writes you a list.
Alright, yeah, I'll go out one of these days and pick out. I'll just use my own judgment and pick out stuff for Sig and Samson as well. Classy, but it's still in the J-pop family. So. Oxymoron.
Okay. But something that says I'm too good for the mosh pit, but I'm still here to have fun. Okay.
Sig, what's your name? Alexa? Do you have a last name?
Yeah, working on that.
Okay.
Stone.
Stone. Alright, I went with kind of a producer sounding name, so Leland Blackheart.
You have a very low opinion of producers?
No, see what you should do is you should like
Blackbird, that's rich.
you should change that to like, let's see. No, this doesn't really work. Oh. I was trying to look up like, it should be like Blackheart, but in like Dutch or something. Zwarthart. What about... Nope.
Schwartz. Leland Schwartz, that sounds like
God. No, I can't read Cyrillic. That doesn't work. What about Schwarzhaars?
Schwarzhair? Just Schwartz is good, I think.
Schwartz.
Leland Schwartz.
So that's black, so. Leland Schwartz.
Well, that's what he goes by as a producer.
Bad
His first name is Schwarzhard.
Schwarzhard. I want to be Schwarzhaars.
That really is.
Okay. Leland Schwartz, Alexis Stone, Thad Jarvis. I'm going with it. Bovine Red. Where you guys going?
Jim.
Just
Last name there.
there's some who call me
Jim.
okay. Jim Jimson.
My last name's
We're gonna
Jim.
do Logan. We
What
won't do
about
that.
Bovine?
Well, I was thinking of the. Well, I don't know how you say it. I think it's JP. It's Norse for like giant.
What is it?
Jotunn.
Jotun. I like it.
And because I'm a bodyguard, I can get away with just one name, a one-word name.
It's true.
Exactly.
John, Steve, Jim. That's what it was.
Okay. All right. Cool. What are you guys bringing in? I guess first, what are you bringing in on your person, and what are you bringing in? Like sort of trying to hide within the sort of stage gear.
I'll bring my pistol on my person, a concealable holster.
Okay. So. Anyone else?
Let's see. I assume we'll bring your deck in with the our stage gear, Red?
Yeah. My AR will probably be with that stuff too.
Yeah.
I guess pretty much the stuff I'll also need to make I'd need like a makeshift like jack and point too. I have a couple of those. I forget what they're called though. I have it written down somewhere.
Yeah, like data link tap or something.
Yeah, data line taps.
Data, yeah. You're having those on your person?
No, that's gonna be with the stage gear. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I guess on my person, I'm gonna have my staff.
Okay.
And 10 pounds of C4.
Please.
I'll do it.
I'm crazy enough. I don't think I won't.
Okay. Speak now, or you won't have it.
Oh, I'll bring 10 grenades so I can wrap the C4 around each one. That's the bang. I guess just my my staff, and we could.
You're bringing your ancient
Yeah,
Indian spear with you.
yeah. Would we be able to wear? It's ancient, yeah. It's a little withered too because of that.
All right.
All
All right.
right.
Is that
What about like armor and stuff? Would it be? I guess as a bodyguard for me, it would be weird to wear
Yeah.
and stuff.
I mean, you'd probably be good, like, unless you're wearing like an armor jacket and like a vest with like plates or something, then it might look a little suspicious. But if you're just wearing like a jacket or like a like a vest, a concealable vest, like under your clothing. It's whatever.
Okay. Well, I've got armored clothes, so maybe I'll wear those.
Okay, so Sam's got his SMGs in the thing. Okay, so Bull's got you're just armored clothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would it be better for me to have my deck on me and? Because I'm trying to think of when. I guess number one, where this stuff's going to be stored, and when would be a good opportunity for me to get it.
Yeah, you might be able to kind of dip under the stage real quick and like grab it without anyone paying too much attention to it. I mean, is it like big? I'm just worried about it being found on you, and then.
It's like a rollout keyboard essentially, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Does it have a concealability? Or?
It's not rollout, but it's like about the size of a keyboard.
Okay.
Stuff it down your pant leg there, Red.
Stick it in my jacket.
I mean, it's conceivable that it could hide it, like up the back of your jacket or in a backpack or briefcase or something. But I mean, they would probably at least
Search
scan
it.
and check it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We should probably bring it in the stage stuff.
Yeah, and I'll just pick it up and throw it in my jacket.
If nothing else, I can like start talking to one of the girls and be like, hey, you know, and like I'll give you backstage, and then like you would have an excuse to come backstage, just to in case if anybody's watching, just play that off, and then
Sure.
you could pick it up. Then So.
Yeah, that works.
I think we'll be bringing the Harari's Viper Silver Gun, concealable holster, chill. I guess we're getting like disguise uniforms, right?
Yeah, I'm picking up some classy outfits for you guys.
Concealable vest. Where's it? A secure vest. It's that.
Yeah, it's basically
Oh yeah, that's 15. Yeah, perfect. 2-1. And secure clothing, would that get in the way if we had a disguise?
Yes. Although you could buy, like if you doubled the price, you could get secure clothing that looks chic.
Huh. Interesting.
So you could add shoulder pads and it would decrease your detection rating.
Get some lifts.
Well, secure clothing is...
It'd basically be 900 yen.
Yeah, 900. Which, I mean, that's chump change.
Oh, this guy. Okay. So are you just doing the secure clothing or that and the vest?
It's the lowest concealability, right? Or no, it's
highest.
Oh. 15 and 12. Yeah, I mean, I'll do the vest as well.
Okay. Just make sure it all works together with layering armor and all that. I'm guessing, Samton, you're going to be wearing your classic armored jacket.
Yeah, didn't Dis say that we were doing like some kind of costume coordination as well?
Yeah.
Anything like underneath?
Let's see. I mean, you could get like a secure jacket, just basically a little bit more fancy version, a little more concealable, looks a little nicer.
What did that run me?
850.
Sure.
All right, cool. It would basically be kind of like a suit jacket, you know, with some extra protection. And I think that's the same. Yeah, it's the same protection. Okay. So, Dith.
In terms of, did you get? I'm sorry. I'll just say it again. The pistol. I'm gonna be carrying my pistol concealable holster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'll have a secure jacket as well.
Okay.
Yeah. What are the stats on that?
It's 5'3".
Oh wow, jeez. That's what's better than like the long coat and like the ultra vest. I have an ultra vest. Can that be worn? Is that like a supplemental thing?
They can. Armor can stack, but the rules for layering armor are a little different.
Okay.
Basically, you take the armor that gives you the highest value, and then add. So basically, you would wear your vest under your long coat. So you would take half of your vest's ballistic and impact ratings and add those.
That's rounded
to
down.
your coat. Yeah, round it down, and add those to your total values, basically.
Okay.
And also, if let's see, for every 2 points that ballistic or impact armor rating exceeds your quickness attribute, you reduce your combat pool by 1 die. So make sure your quickness is, at least up to snuff.
Right.
And then when you layer armor, you do that check again, but you add like the full values together. So you would have like 7 ballistic and 4 impact.
Right. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna do that for them.
And then if you're layering each point by which your total exceeds your quickness rating, you get a positive modifier to all quickness related tests. So it's layering armor is not good unless you have like ridiculous quickness or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Or if you accept the consequences.
The secure jacket looks like a suit jacket.
Yeah, it looks like a nice jacket. It's not like a it's not like a super nice jacket, but it's better than, the basic armor jacket, which is kind of just looks like a jacket with Kevlar all over it and some metal plates in between.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you got that secure jacket. Red. What are you getting?
What's that?
Is everyone getting secure jackets?
Yeah, I guess it's a 5'3", right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's better than my secure long coat. So
Yeah. And it should look a little better too.
Mm-hmm.
Classy.
Let's remember the concealability rating of armor or secure jacket is 9.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a little less concealable than a long coat, but
Yeah.
a little bit higher in defenses. It's a little heavier though. Okay. So for equipment on hand, I have Dith has a pistol and a secure jacket. Red has a staff and a secure jacket. Bolvi has his ancient staff and some armored clothing. Sam has an Ares Predator and a secure jacket. Sig has her Ares Viper, secure clothing, and a secure vest.
I also got Spiderbot And my remote control deck and the stage equipment.
Oh, okay. On you? Or
Yeah, it was just listing off on person stuff. So.
Oh, gotcha.
oh yeah, and then equipment, it's hidden basically. Red, you have your deck, assault rifle, and data line taps. Sam has the SMGs, and then Sig, you said you had your RCM or RCD, and
Spider bot.
oh yeah, and the spider bot. Okay. Anyone else hiding stuff?
I'll throw my laser sight into the equipment just to clip on if things go south. But
Do you know where the rules are on layering body armor? I just wanted to reread them real quick.
It's page 285.
Okay.
Yeah, in the PDF and the book. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, basically for every point that the cumulative ballistic and impact rating, like each one, goes above your quickness, you get penalized. And then overall, if that goes, like basically if you're not layering armor and it goes above your quickness, you lose some combat pool. If you are layering, you get a penalty to quickness test, which is basically
Is that
like
the
shooting.
essentially the effective armor?
No.
So like, it's
Your
the total.
The total is what determines the penalty, but the end effect is the reduced number.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does everybody have, like, with all your 5 ballistics, everyone's gonna have 5 quickness, likely to match? Unless you want to incur the penalties, I guess. Maybe you don't care. But...
No,
I mean, losing like
solid.
maybe 1 or 2 from your combat pool isn't terrible.
It could be. I just have a lower quickness, so can't do that. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Nothing else. All right. Sounds good. All right. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to do? So you're spending these few days, like you've got a whiteboard, you're going over like the plan, step 1, acquire codes,
sorry.
step 2, extract codes, step
I should also probably bring in my
Combat
newly
traps.
acquired rigor decryption module and protocol emulation module.
Those are basically installed into your remote control deck.
Oh, beautiful.
Like they're actual modules that you like plug in.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, you over those few days, I assume you're like going out, getting all this stuff, talking over your plan, maybe getting some like roadie cases, drilling out like the bottom, putting in a false bottom, and like hiding your stuff, sticking everything in. Yeah, and then we can basically just fast forward to like Saturday, or when you're trying to head out to this place.
what'd you say, Sid?
How are we getting there? Like, should we...
Is the van still on commission?
The van runs. The van can drive.
Does it have legal plates? And no, I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, Crumb did us a solid with that one. So
Why don't we get a limo service
yeah, we can
for
do
the
that.
3 of us, and then probably, I assume Tiff's.
Tiffany's
I'll
people
consult with
have a
Tiff
car.
about. Yeah, and then Bull and Red can ride with him.
Yeah. Okay. How much would renting a limousine cost? Let's see, lifestyle expenses.
Slush it.
I'm really curious as to what the slush fund is at.
So we got 26 left in it.
I mean, I'd be willing to throw some more change in at some point. You know.
Yeah, it should
Pretty
be.
hefty
Yeah,
income.
lemons don't cost that much.
Where is it? This game has that. This game is almost everything. No, vehicles. Nope. Let's see. Alright. Let's say it'll cost you like a couple grand. Like 2,000 yen to rent it for the evening. Did you want a driver? Or are you providing your own?
Yeah, we probably want a driver.
Alright, very good, sir.
2 grand.
Yep.
You know what? Earlier,
Jeeves pulls up. This
earlier
is what I
that
had to
day,
do after fun.
I'll include a 50 new yen tip.
Very good, sir.
Sick, let's go drop off your car, maybe a little ways away from the place. I'll drive down with you, just in case if we need something goes wrong and we need another car for whatever reason. It won't be too far,
Okay.
unless if you don't think that's a.
Yep. So yeah, we'll park that. Probably like just around the corner.
Okay.
Or the warehouse. So
Yeah. Are you doing this like way beforehand? Like within the past few days? Or are you doing this
Yeah, probably the day of.
day of? Okay.
Maybe head down and
Alright.
find a deal, unless if it's like a horrible spot of town. Like I know it's close to the Barrens, but it's.
Yeah, it's not exactly a good part of town. But Sig, why don't you give me a drive check? Oh wait, not a drive check. What kind of skill? Do you have like city like mapping skills or like navigation? What would that be under? Do you have any sort of skills like just of like searching an area or something? I guess it'd be perception.
knowledge of fences.
Alright, yeah, I guess just give me a perception check.
Safe house location.
We'll say the target number is just base target number 4. So every success and we'll say the base distance you can park away is 5 blocks. But for every success you reduce that by 1 block.
Okay. This is assuming that we want to do this. I mean, yeah, I don't know if there would be a way to watch over my car. I'll put my tracking device on it, just in case it happens to disappear. Which means I don't even have my signal, my tracking signal on me. Little screen.
Just put it in the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'll have that tucked in with my gear, I guess. My remote control deck and shit.
You'll have your tracking device or tracking.
Like receiver, signal receiver,
Yeah.
receptor. Alright, cool. So there's that. Anyway.
Okay. So give me a perception check.
Perception.
Okay, so you can park it like 2 blocks away.
2 blocks away, and
Yeah. So, block. How many meters is a city block? Standard blocks. Okay, so that's 400 meters away.
okay.
We'll cut that down a little bit. We'll say 300 because that's the standard. So it could be shorter or longer. So we'll say it's 300 meters away, just so we can know how fast you can run to it or from it. Cool. So Sig's car is 300 meters away. Okay. Anything else? Or are you hopping in the limo, getting in the... Probably it's like probably a fancy sedan that the that Candy and Rose come in. You all getting in, riding around?
Yeah.
Ready to rock? Have you handed off the chips to us, Red? We've got all that jazz.
What chips? You mean the chips for the pyro?
Right.
Right? Okay, yeah.
The sun chips.
No,
Did
the
you get the
first
sun
bit.
chips, Red?
I need them.
Good job.
You wanted sour cream and onion, right? What's a tomato paste like?
I want a cheddar.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing that during.
Okay, cool.
No, I didn't give them to you.
I was just making sure we had it, so we didn't pull up and like, well,
Okay, so I mean, basically Tagami sort of made those with Red's help, but yeah, she's got her whole set lined up. Everything. Yeah, and she comes out. Did you actually? How much of her list did you buy her, or did you actually?
yep, happy. She'll be
cool.
happy camper. I got the whole thing. Yeah.
All right, yeah, she comes out looking stunning. Even did her own makeup. She's used to having a whole team, but yeah, she did all right for a solo gig. Yeah, and you get in the limousine. Are you guys staggering your arrival? Like, or is Tagami getting there first, or is the...
Yeah. I'd say the escorts should get there once the party is going a little bit, so they don't stick out. It's kind of like standing around,
just hanging at the bar.
right?
Track 1, 2, track.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can kind of come in and not draw too much attention.
Okay,
But,
so we'll say the party starts, like official start is like at 7. Tagami's show was supposed to happen at like 9:30, and then the party just goes to whenever it goes. So what's the time?
What was this? What's our setup window?
I mean, setup for these shows is pretty light. I mean, you bring a few, maybe like a few gear that you use to calibrate and set up the show and stuff. But for the most part, it's just sort of this, surreal, sort of matrixy experience is the main thing. Like, there is an actual physical act, but it's the whole thing together that makes it.
Okay.
So there's a lot of virtual setup. So it, like, she's a rock star. She can get there at 9 and be like, all right, or she can get there at like 9:30 and be like, all right, I'm gonna take 45 minutes to set up and then I'll play.
Right.
It doesn't really matter.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys want, I'm just worried that if Tiff's girls are there for a while, that they're gonna get like propositioned by all these people, and they're gonna have to like entertain all of that for a while.
They're at the level where they can refuse or accept anything. I mean, it's up to them.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're basically there mostly for eye candy.
Did you guys want to arrive like an hour early and see if we can't get like a quick walk around tour with Tagami? I guess it's for like half an hour maybe worth a shot.
Yeah.
And then like 10 minutes before showtime, Sig can call out the emergency with the pyrotechnics, so it's kind of urgent. So like 8:30 we'll roll up.
Okay, 8:30.
So maybe, actually, yeah, maybe Tiff's people should be there beforehand then, and maybe like a little before 8 show up and start kind of blending in.
Okay. Okay, so the party starts at 7. You guys getting there at 8, and then Tagami's getting there a little while after at 8:30. Okay. Tagami looks a little miffed, like, that's so early.
Wait,
She acquiesces to whatever you guys say.
are we coming with Tagami or no? She's.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay.
you're her entourage.
Right. Okay. 3:30. Okay. Cool.
Okay, and then ends here. All right. Okay, so that means that Bulvi and Red are the first ones there. So you guys pull up, or I guess you would also have a driver. But yeah, you guys pull up around 8 o'clock. It's like 8:15 when you get there. Already there's like a line around the block. People are like waiting in line to get into this place. You can already hear from inside. The party's already well underway. It sounds like there's like a stampede going on inside. But there's basically 2 lines. There's one that looks like the VIP. It's a lot shorter. It goes like the north way around the building and then maybe curls around. And then there's like a much longer one on the down towards the southern edge of the building that, you know, goes all the way. Did I actually? I thought I had a picture of the outside of this place. 1 second.
Did we previously set up how we're getting in with these girls? Like, are they known?
VIP.
Yeah. Yes. They are very much able to get into wherever they want to go, basically. Where did I put it? Shadowrun.
Is this going to be like most movies where the girls get in and Red and I are just left out in the cold? Like, we're with them, and he's like, nope. There's too many guys in there already.
Locations, maps. Oh, yeah, I did. Why didn't I? Maybe I did. Oh god. I have the inside all set up. The outside shouldn't really matter. But yeah. So you guys pull up, you get dropped off, basically like right outside the place. What do you guys do? I guess the girls kind of take the lead. They just sort of like stroll up to the. They don't even get in like the VIP line, quote unquote. They just sort of walk right up to the bouncer or the maitre d' who's ever got the checklist.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be following behind them. I mean,
Okay.
we just need to get in.
You're just both sort of just looking tough,
Yeah,
scanning
I'm
around,
swaying
talking,
slightly.
talking into your collar a little bit.
that's what we do.
Okay.
The fish is in the net. The fish is in the net.
Okay. So the girls have like a really short conversation, sort of just between them and the maitre d'. Do you guys try to overhear what they're saying?
I mean, I'll try to, without a doubt.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Okay. You're both able to sort of crowd in, lean around, and let's see, what was the name of their?
Rose and Candy?
Yeah, Rose and Kit. But I'm just saying. Oh yeah, yeah. They say they basically just say a few short words. They're like, we're with Madame Belmont. We're here for the party, and the person's like goes through their list, and then they sort of like put their hand. And it's like, sorry, like, do you know where we're coming from? And the person's just like, and then like they just sort of like walk in, and you guys just sort of like hustle in behind them. Yeah, and you get You get inside.
Oh, dude.
There's like a little show going on the main stage. People are hanging around dancing. It's not like a Simpsons show or anything. But yeah, people are hanging around. These 4 gray squares are where the those like metal grates to the basement you guys discovered are.
Okay.
There's like just tons of people standing on them and like cabling all over them. So, not the most
We're trying
discreet
to come
ways to
in
move
there.
around, but they're there. So the main stage is sort of like raised up, like the whole center section around like the dark blue sort of outline. That's all like sort of sunk down a little bit, maybe like a few meters. The main stage is raised up out of that, maybe back level with the main floor. And then it looks like, from what Tagami said, there's probably like a bunch of stuff under the stage for the show. And yeah, the stairs up are over here. A little tough to see on this map. I should probably highlighted them. Yeah, and you've got like the main entrance up at the top that you guys came in. Big set of basically like double sliding doors, like, holdover from the warehouse. Looks like there's some woefully inadequate facilities in the down left, and in the down right, it looks like there's some sort of small kitchen, with people making hors d'oeuvres, or some sort of like automated system is making hors d'oeuvres, and there's like a bar and you can get drinks out down there and stuff. And yeah, basically it. People are going crazy. Music is blaring.
Who's performing in the middle stage?
Hang on. Wait. Hang on. It is a French band.
Ooh.
Hang on. Called. Yeah. a1z0rz, or something like that.
All right.
Which means
Nobody Google that.
We're role playing, Alan. None of us speak French.
translates into Brent is Dunkelzahn.
You've been working against him this whole time. All right. Oh, and in the top right corner, you see like a bunch of sort of people hooked up into this sort of SimSense thing. It looks like this like virtual reality sort of, not quite gaming, but not quite just sort of entertainment. It looks to be something in between, where people are just getting together and like just sort of interacting together virtually, and it looks to be sort of like a shared area for that. There's tables scattered around every once in a while, but for the most part the floor plan's pretty open. It's just a thick crowd of people. Candy and Rose just sort of just start gliding through the crowd, heading towards the bar. Definitely turning a lot of heads.
I mean, I'll be following
Okay.
a fair distance behind, not like hovering close, but
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be doing the same. We'll kind of hang back a bit.
Okay. Let me just do. Okay. You walk past a few of what are clearly, what you call them, reality hacker sort of members, chromed out all over the place. A lot of them with like maybe 2 or even 3 cyber limbs, stuff like that, all in like bright chrome. They sort of eye you up and down, but don't appear to give you any trouble.
I just smile.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys basically just following them.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
probably grab a drink or and just, I don't know, Just kind of keep on the down low for the time being.
Okay. Give me like an etiquette check.
I'll shotgun 3 at the bar and then get another one out there.
Jesus. So etiquette.
Yeah. You're just trying to fit in, man. As a bodyguard that gets hammered on jobs.
Okay, yeah, not bad. The women get served immediately, but it takes you maybe a minute or two, but you do manage to flag down the one of the servers or server bots, either one. But yeah, you get them. Bull, were you actually getting anything, or?
I assume Red would get me one. If he doesn't, I'll slap him in the head and tell him.
Okay, but yeah, you guys go up there. Aubesson is still playing. They're pretty good. Well, hang on. Yeah, the show is pretty kicking. People are really enjoying it. Everyone's getting into the groove. You see people on like the upper levels and stuff as it sort of spirals up. A lot less lights up there. Most of the lights seem concentrated around the stage and sort of the lower area in the first floor. But yeah, you see people up on the second floor. There's like looks to be like a handful of people hanging out, dancing and stuff, but looking down on the stage.
All right.
The women get approached fairly often, every few minutes. They usually handle it pretty well with dignity, and somehow manage to keep everyone happy, but also not get stuck in anything, and just keep people moving along. Pretty much just being very socially active, but moving around.
All right.
So you said we can see upstairs, like.
Yeah, it's kind of harder to see. I mean, all you can make out maybe people on the second floor, but the third floor is just like maybe a bunch of dark shapes moving around, and then above that, like not even close.
Is there like obvious places where like the technical aspects of the stage are, or is that like all underneath?
It's pretty much underneath.
Is there anybody like coming and going from underneath, or guys that look like they might not be?
Yeah, you see a few people, or one or two people like sort of moving around the stage, maybe adjusting stuff. You see one with like sort of a data pad, moving around, tapping stuff in every once in a while. Yeah, and if you hang around long enough, you see it like every like stage transition or something when they go into a new song. A few like him and another guy sort of like run around the stage setting up stuff.
Are they in uniforms? Let's say like third floor technician or something.
Sadly, no. I mean, they look to be dressed in the same style as the band.
Okay. Does it look like there's any? Well, would I even be able to discern the difference between like a techie that runs this club versus just one of the gangers?
You'd probably be able to pick out one of the gang members, but
to know what he does is impossible.
Like there, you can see him around. There's like, since you've been here, you've maybe seen like maybe 10 or 12 of them hanging around the first floor, mingling with the crowd and everything.
Okay, I guess we'll mingle. Maybe I'll make my way over to the pole and see what's going on over there.
To the what?
To the fireman's pool in the corner.
The fireman's pool. Oh yeah, right.
Do they use it for dancing, or is it strictly for transportation?
Every once in a while, you see someone like ride it down, and maybe one or two already inebriated people try to climb up, but are immediately sort of grabbed by one of the reality hackers and sort of dragged down. And if they get too rowdy, maybe even dragged out.
Are the people that randomly come down, are they reality hackers, or are they just people?
Not all of them. Maybe like 3 out of 5 are. If you're hanging around for like the half hour it takes for them to get here, and you're keeping an eye on it, it's probably what you notice. But you'd also notice people that don't look overtly like they're part of the reality hackers. I mean, it's hard to tell in a noisy club with sort of stage lights going off and on, but they don't look too chromed out.
Okay. Maybe as I'm going around, I'll make my way to the bottom of the stairs
Okay.
and just kind of like just casually be like looking up the stairwell to see, is there like blocked door at the top, or is it just open and people are coming and going? Is there like a guard standing at the top?
No, it's open. There's no one standing at the top, but you do see on the second floor several reality hacker guys hanging around, maybe in like groups, talking to each other and other party goers.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not blocked off or anything. There's no velvet rope either.
All right, well, I'll just keep my eye out, see if I see anything that says third floor technician, but otherwise, just hang out.
It's just got a badge. Up with the third floor.
You never know.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see anyone in the half hour. But yeah, the rest of you guys show up at around 8:30, 45 in the limo with Tagami. You pull up just outside. Is Tagami the first one out, or?
Actually, Thad will be the first one out, head of security. You gotta just, he'll,
Thad?
get out and open the doors for the rest of us, and I'll pile out and kind of pull Tagami up behind me.
Yep. So you'll start unloading.
Oh, and I guess you would have like hired maybe a transport.
truck.
Yeah, to like bring a box. It's not that much, so you only need like maybe one van or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get out as soon as Tagami like steps out of the car. Like everyone in line and like outside the club just goes like crazy. A few people like start swarming over. Joe, see you trying to fend him over. So the bouncers at the door appear to be moving to help too. But yeah, okay. So give me give me like a strength check to hold back the crowd. You can, I guess it could be like strength or like intimidate if you have it, or something like that, or maybe even like leadership.
Open up with your ARs, just
extend your cyber spurs and just go to town. Okay, it's like the people are going crazy, but you managed to sort of like, just with your body presence and sort of demeanor, a lot of them sort of like just like, oh, okay, maybe I'll wait for an autograph. But a few of them still push, and you have to like sort of like push them out of the way and sort of escort Kami towards the door. And once the other bouncers or stuff get there, it's pretty easy to keep back the crowd. Tagami does stop every once in a while and like grab like a data sheet or stop for like a selfie or something with the crowd, but she keeps it moving.
God, selfies are still a thing in 2016.
They'll never die. But the funny thing too is like she'll like just stop in front of like random people, and like eventually you just get like, you see like, oh, they have eye cameras, like, oh, okay, that's what they're doing, but it look really weird. But yeah, you get to the door, and the person with the clipboard sort of like looks up. He's like, it's Yamada, but you're early.
Look, we've got a lot of shit to set up. Get out of our way, man.
Sure. And he just like steps to the side.
Yeah, so Diff will make himself busy and very kind of frantic, but seemingly under control, kind of shepherding everyone along and underneath the stage, I guess, to get things rolling.
I assume Sampton's taking the lead.
Well,
yeah, push it.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys walk in, and this sort of like wave like rocks through the crowd. Like people in front of the door sort of like heard the commotion. They're like, "What's going on?" Then they see Tagami. They all freak out, and it just sort of like ripples through the crowd until like everyone in the room is like cheering and like screaming.
30
pretty
minutes.
much. A bunch of
Hang on.
bunch of like fangirls and stuff. But yeah, and like even like for a split second, like the music stops. It's like, and then it picks up again. Like even the performers are like shocked by this. And yeah, everything's going crazy. People are still pushing and pulling, but Sampton and some of the assistants from the reality hackers and their bouncers help out. And you're just making for the stage and like the little prep area underneath it and stuff.
Yeah. Is there anyone to like that's greeting us under there, or is it just kind of like?
Not really. Surprisingly,
Okay.
there's no one here to greet you.
Okay. So what's the layout underneath the stage? Is it kind of like walled off? Is there like a curtain around the underneath?
It's walled off. Like there's a little like door, where there's like maybe one at each end of like the top and the bottom of like access, and like it's just sort of this very small room. It's got like maybe a couch, and like stuffed in certain areas are like obviously like SimSense servers and like there's cabling all over the place. It's a very rough green room. Probably not one Sumata is used to, but you know, she hangs out in there.
Okay.
Some of the people you recognize are like obviously roadies or assistants for the current band. They sort of like freak out and get autographs and pictures and stuff.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we'll set this up.
Could everyone give me perception checks for as you like walk through the main entrance and to this place?
Do you want them from Bolin myself as well?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So I guess we'll start. Bolvi, in like the huge, I mean, even though you're like a few feet taller than everyone, well, not everyone, there's a few trolls and orcs and stuff around. But all of a sudden, like, you just get like totally maybe like jostled and like knocked to the side. You don't really notice anything. Red, you're not, you first, you like don't really notice anything, and then you realize like there's like 1 or 2 points in the crowd where people aren't freaking out over Yamada, or like 1 or 2 individuals, but like in the pell-mell you're not able to like see what they look like. Sig and Sampton, as you're walking through from the door and like the crowd's going crazy, you see maybe 1 or 2 people that sort of like are in the crowd, like in and out. You sort of see them between like the undulating bodies. A few people are sort of like eyeing Yamada, like it's setting off your like bodyguard signal.
Do they share anything in common? Other than that?
Let's see. I'd say yeah. You can see that they all sort of they have some sort of marking on their left cheek, but you're not able to see it in this light. But you definitely see something there. Sig, you're not able to see this. You're, you know, a few feet shorter than everyone else. But
Right.
you're able to notice that a few of the people in the crowd aren't celebrating like pretty much 99% of the rest are.
Is there anything remarkable about their legs?
They have no legs.
Oh my god. But yeah. I guess Sampton, you sort of make a mental note. One of them sort of has like this slick black hair pulled back in a ponytail and sort of the marking on his left cheek. The other one is sort of balding, has maybe like just like that row of hair around the side and then like, you know, a few wisps on top. Looks a little too old for the club. But yeah, they both sort of like, they give this view for like a second, like they just like sort of like eyeing Tagami, and then all of a sudden they like sort of disappear back into the crowd as people are like pushing to get to you and Tagami and stuff.
Very interesting. You said it's like 1 or 2 people that are doing that?
Yeah, that you notice. From where Red is, he notices, like, I mean, I don't think either of you would notice this unless you're in contact right now, but none of you brought microtransceivers.
Wait, I thought that was implied. Are you guys not bringing your transceivers or no?
I mean, we never communicate with each other during missions. So.
I asked you all very clearly what you're taking with you.
Just assume it's a permanent attachment on my body.
Shower with it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems super relevant, but unless you guys think we shouldn't have them, but...
I mean, we never go without them, right? When's the last time, like, some mission parameter disallowed us from taking them with us?
I will say you're not able to have your subvocal microphones, because those are things like you strap around your neck and like are right next to your throat, so those would be conspicuous. But I guess you can all have your micro transceivers, and you can all talk at vocal levels. Or you'll actually have to yell in the club. So you might want to talk in code or stuff like that.
Sorry, Alan.
God damn it. I was very explicit. But yeah, okay. But yeah, Red, you notice different people in the crowd doing that. Like maybe, like I said, one or two. You're not able to see towards the doorway, which is where Samton is. But yeah, you do see different people, Red, but you're not able to get a good look at them like Samton.
Alright.
Yeah. So yeah, the Tagami crew is underneath the stage, hanging out. The Tiffany crew is upstairs, mingling.
Well, go ahead, send out the spider bot.
Just sending it out, huh?
I mean,
Well,
Trying
we're
to
gonna
fit it
wait.
through people's legs.
I guess, yeah, you can have it
on
be
the wall, but
stationary and take out, right? Or jack out.
Wait, what do you mean?
You can like pilot it and then like park it somewhere and like come out of it and pick it back up. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how you're releasing it. Like, the floor is just jam-packed with people. Like, you'll be crawling on top of people's feet. Like, someone's gonna notice.
Interesting. I was thinking of because I'm underneath the stage, right?
Mhm.
We're talking about the one in the northeast corner.
No, the center.
Oh, we're in the center one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well then, interesting.
You could. The last time you got it in here, did you go up through the floor grates or up through like piping or something?
And there was like a ventilation shaft.
Yeah. And there was, like, a lot less people here.
Yeah.
But of course, the environment wasn't as nearly as distracting either. But
just I see some like tripping. I mean, okay, so I guess maybe I'll wait till people like jack in with their SimSense. Start doing that.
okay.
I can, if you want, like, I can put it inside my jacket, and I can go kind of make her sweep around the floor.
Yeah, if you can just get to a wall, I can put it on the wall and have it scurry up and like.
Right, yeah. Yeah, here I'll stuff it inside my coat pocket.
Alright. Nice.
Is it huge? It's like a golf ball size, or like?
It's like maybe that big.
Okay.
Baseball maybe.
Right. I got breast cancer. Okay, come on.
I mean, it's pretty compact when it's like legs are folded up and stuff, but
Don't forget to turn it on.
it's maybe like that big when it's all folded up.
Okay. Well, can't you say turn it on? Because Just turn it on, and then can you have it roll up into a ball, and then I can.
Okay.
So that way it'll be on, and I don't have to fiddle with it when I'm
Right.
out on the
So
floor.
are you guys doing this under the stage? Like there's the other
I guess there's
performers.
Roadie's
guys
still
are
down
here.
there?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wait then.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to unpack any of our secret gear until the other roadies have cleared out, so.
Okay. Red and Bull above, not underneath the stage. You see coming down from the from the stairs over here. I mean, it's pretty hard to miss, but you see like this glint of like gold and stuff, and you see this guy with like basically gold-plated cyber arms, and sort of like gold-plated cyber eyes. Like they're not the ones that are made to imitate human eyes. They're just sort of these sort of chromed sort of orbs that are sort of replace the eyes. He sort of starts walking down the Terminator style. Starts walking down the stairs from the second level, and you see some like most of the crowd sort of like parts. He's got like two other two other reality hacker members with him, sort of as an entourage, and he starts making his way towards the stage.
Kill him! Now's our time. Kill him!
Attack pattern, Alpha Bravo, go, go, go. Is this guy like very well known? Like, do people
Yeah, this is
I know who this
yeah,
is?
this is Johnny 5. From descriptions we've heard, we can probably safely assume that's who it is.
Oh, okay. So if we want to talk on our things, we gotta like yell over the band and all that shit.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you can say things like, I don't know how you do it in code, but you'd be like, hey, there's a big shiny thing I dropped. It's rolling over towards the stage.
The golden snitch is on the loose.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, you might draw attention if you're just sort of like yelling. I mean, it probably wouldn't be too. Yeah.
I was watching this movie from the 80s. It was
most-
called Johnny 5 Has Arrived.
Most people are just like having a good time and like wouldn't notice, but I mean, yeah.
Okay, I'll say something to the effect of, big, tall, and shiny is the way I like to see it, and I'm seeing it right now, or something.
What?
I think Bull's drunk, guys.
And then I'll like kind of like slosh my drink a little and like move side to side like I'm dancing. Trample a few dwarves that are in my way by accident.
Nice. I like it. Okay. So yeah, underneath the stage, the back door opens, and you see the same sort of maitre d' person sort of come stumbling in. And he's just like, Miss Yamada, we're so pleased to have you.
Do you have the
I hope
champagne
everything
that
is-
Miss Yamada requested?
I'll get right on that. I'll get
Yeah,
champagne.
please.
We just
Please
like to
do.
know everything's. And then you see this sort of like gold-plated hand sort of like rests on their shoulder. And they sort of like shut up, and then this sort of calmer voice behind him. He's like, maybe you should go get our guests some champagne. And the guy's just like, yeah, just like fully relieved at having an excuse for getting the hell out of here. And he sort of scurries back, and yeah, Johnny 5 walks in, sort of grins at all of you guys, and all his teeth are gold.
Wow, what?
He sort of extends his hand, and he's like, Miss Yamada, we're so pleased that you're here, and so early. We're under the impression that you'd like to make a more... why am I blanking on the expression? Fashionably late entrance.
Interesting.
And she sort of like
Just have
takes
it
his
let her
hand. He's,
speak,
yeah, and just sort of like shakes it lightly and says, "Well, you know, I wanted to put on an especially good show this evening, so we figured we'd get here early and make sure everything was up to snuff. It'll be one hell of a show."
We've got some. We're busting out all the stops for this show. I just got to say, Mr. Five, Leland Schwartz
Johnny,
here, by the
please.
way. Johnny, it's truly a pleasure.
Well, my mother calls me Five. That's...
I'd like to introduce you very, very quickly to Miss Alexis Stone. She's the head of our show tech. Damn fine at what she does. She admires all of you tech heads around here. And Mr. Jarvis, head of security, right behind you there.
Sort of bends down to shake your hand, Sig, and it's just like his face is just sort of placid, like, and his eyes are obviously just those huge, big chrome orbs. So like you just see your own reflection in them. It's pretty intimidating because he's not giving off anything, but he just sort of like bends down, shakes your hand. He's like, "Pleased to meet you."
You too. Let's go back to putting these speakers up and inserting the different SimSense stuff.
He sort of smiles like, "Go, yeah, of course. Don't let me delay you." And he walks over to Sampton, sort of shakes your hand. I guess he flexes his servos a little bit. Do you flex back?
No, I let it go.
Go, okay. Faintest sort of hint of a smirk comes over his face, but it's gone in the next you blink. It's gone. But yeah, same thing. You just see your own reflection in his eyes and his sort of placid demeanor. He's like,
Look, Johnny, one of the reasons we came early is Miss Yamada and myself and my tech crew were hoping to get one last once-over of the place, just make sure everything's in order. We want this thing to go off without a hitch tonight. Look, I trust your guys, but it wouldn't be too bad to at least have my folks here take one last look and make sure things look on the up and up.
Well, please. You should have access to everything you need right here. All the stage controls run here. You should be able to tap into them wirelessly or directly if you so choose. I assume you and your team know what they're doing.
You got the finest people here the money can buy, so. But look, if I'm being honest here, we're a little starstruck. I know as odd as it sounds. We've heard some notorious things about this place, this whole setup you got here. So we'd love it if we could at least take a walk on some of the catwalks up top, get a view of the whole lay of the land.
Well, of course, the second floor is of course open to you, Miss Yamada. I do have to ask you, don't walk up to the third or fourth floor. There's not much to see up there anyway. Just a few generators and some cabling.
Oh yeah, certainly not. Yeah, we don't want to get in the way. Perhaps we could get a few of your fine helping hands to stave off the starving masses as we take a quick loop around the place.
Turns to you, Dith, and like smiles that, obviously bright smile, and just sort of says, "Oh, don't worry. A few of my people won't be ever too far behind Miss Yamada."
Excellent.
How eerie. Foreshadowing.
Turns to Sig, or where you are. You're like muttering this as you're like just twisting a piece of wire or something and like typing on your data pad. Sort of like his head just tilts ever so slightly in that direction, but he never loses eye contact with Dith. But then he just goes up and Dith, why don't you give me a charisma check? And anyone else down there can do it too.
I don't know if that'd be good or bad. I think charisma check. I don't want a snake eye today.
Did your charisma is 8?
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Yep.
Okay. Alright, so neither of you got any successes. So I'll just say, Dith, you just noticed, like, he's being very, like, open and accommodating in his own way. I mean, obviously, he comes off as pretty intimidating. But also you get this sort of little slight sense that he's a little perturbed that Miss Yamada is here early, maybe, or something. But yeah, he's a little caught off guard, maybe. He sort of like takes his leave and he's like, of course, Miss Yamada, you have feel free to take a look from up the second floor. It's quite a view of the stage from up there. And I'll leave you gentlemen to it.
We will do. Thank you kindly, Johnny. We expect to see you out there with the rest of the undulating crowd in a short while.
I look forward to the show. He sort of steps out. His two companions just sort of stay there as he leaves.
Alexa, do you want to join us? We're going to take a quick walk along the catwalks on the second floor.
No, I'm just setting up.
All right, suit yourself. Always feet deep in some cables or computer wire. God knows what. Whatever. Mr. Drivers, will you lead us out?
Red and Bull, you see Johnny come back out from the underneath the stage and walk back up to the second floor, and it looks like he disappears somewhere around the penthouse. Okay, so you...
Dear God.
Samson, Dith, and Tagami head out, I guess, the same way and check out the second floor.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, once again, everyone's sort of like roaching in. The two reality hackers who came in with Johnny sort of like follow the way behind you and sort of keep back the crowd. But yeah, you're able to sort of slowly make your way through the crowd up to the second floor.
And I'll ask Samson, especially when we're up above, to keep an eye out for the guys that he noticed earlier. See if he
third floor.
See if he can get eyes on them.
There's the second.
What do you think I've been doing?
Okay.
Other than, of course, thinking about that Steven Tyler reboot.
He does look like an old woman, so
Yeah.
transformation that needs to happen.
Dude looks like a lady indeed.
Alright, so what are you guys doing on the second floor?
Yeah, so we're going to kind of just give a good long while for Tagami to kind of just bask in the glow of everyone.
Oh yeah, she's in her element. She's very adept at signing autographs, taking pictures, smiling when she needs to, and walking, and yeah.
And I'll try to look, happy and busy, but also kind of keep an eye out for the descriptions of the people that Samson mentioned noticing earlier, to see if, especially from up here, if we can get a glimpse on anyone else that doesn't appear to be fitting in too well downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Give me a perception check. Yeah, you're not able to see any of the two gentlemen Samson described, even from your vantage point. There's just too many people moving around of all shapes and sizes.
Is the second floor, does it have open access to everyone, or it's a little more limited up here?
It's a little more limited. Like as Tagami sort of came up the stairs, like the throng of people started to try and follow her. The two people escorting you sort of just turned around and just said like no more people past this point. And so most of them just filtered, just like oh, and like went back down. But there is a handful of what you'd assume to be regular party goers. They're probably here under the supervision or under the grace of like one of the reality hackers themselves. Like they're probably allowed to bring their friends and stuff up here. But yeah, it is a little more exclusive.
And are all the rooms opaque right now with glass?
Pretty much, except for the bottom room. You can tell. On the map. This is sort of a bathroom in the lower left corner. These rooms are all see-through. You can see people hanging out, partying in them. They look to be a little more like private rooms. And then you see people moving back and forth from out in the balcony out to here. It is still March, so it's a little chilly, but people are still hanging out there.
And can we see up to the third floor? Are there walkways?
Yeah, you can see up there. Every once in a while, you see a reality hacker walking back and forth. They look to be either making their way from their rooms back downstairs or something, or every once in a while you'll see a couple going up there.
Okay. So I guess as we're walking, at one point, I guess maybe we'll walk up towards this side of the ramparts. I guess no, never mind. I don't have the the spider bot anyway, so that's all right. Never mind. Yeah, I don't have the spider bot. So that's
in a general direction. Okay.
So yeah, we'll make our way back, I guess.
Once you walk over here, there's a bunch of people hanging out on like this balcony watching the show. Along this wall, like up in the second floor, you see like a bunch of cables like running up and into the room like directly above you from here. The box.
Right. Okay.
And there's also a bunch of cables and stuff running around, and they're even used sort of decoratively around this room. They're like sort of attached to the wall in sort of like digital patterns, like very angular things. But yeah, they're definitely clustered in those two areas.
Is there anyone in front of the doors to the dorms or the penthouse?
No, but they look to be like maglock doors opened with either a passcode or a key card. And if you walk over here, the locking mechanism on that door is extremely complex. It's definitely got at least maybe 2 versions of biometrics, a key card, a passcode, and something of that such.
Jesus. All right, nice. Yeah, I guess we'll start to make. I'll try to get eyes on Red, if I can, or any of the girls, because I'll know that those guys will be not too far behind them, just so I have a sense of where they are in the crowd.
I'd say Red and Bullvi have been sort of split up. We'll see. Red's with Candy, Bullvi's with Rose, and they're sort of spread around, but they're pretty easy to spot in the crowd because it's an orc and a troll.
Okay, yeah, so I'll make note of Red's location because I'll need to go get him at some point. Him and Candy.
Mm-hmm.
Bring him backstage at some point. So, but yeah, I guess we'll kind of finish up on the second floor, then take note. I guess if we can see as we get towards the sides, if we can look up to the third floor and see if there's any guards stationed outside of the box.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But yeah, it's the same sort of security door that's on most of these rooms, except for the quote-unquote common ones. But yeah, I mean, you just see reality hackers walking back and forth along the third floor every now and again. That's really the only activity up there.
Okay.
It does look like there's probably a guy watching the stairs, but like he's hanging out with a few other reality hackers and some other people. But probably they're all sort of there to just sort of watch the stairs, make sure no one gets up there.
All right. Yeah, we'll finish our rounds and then head on back down.
Okay. All right. Red and Bullvi. I mean, I guess Red, like, you made eye contact with Dith while they were sort of perusing the second floor. It sort of looked like he wanted to meet with you.
Yeah, he was giving me the googly eyes. Yeah, I mean, I guess if Candy is kind of nearby, I'll just kind of, I don't know, just wink at her or something awkward. No, I'll just kind of, I guess, lean into her and just kind of say that I have somebody that you should meet.
Oh, he speaks. Whoops.
On occasion.
Well, yeah, we're here to help you guys out.
Yeah, just follow me, and I'll put my arm around her shoulder and kind of escort her.
Sort of lowers your arm to around her waist.
Ooh.
And walks on.
And I'll kind of start making my way towards the stairwell.
Okay. Yeah, Dith, you sort of pass Red and his date walking down the stairs. I mean, Red's obviously still just sort of like hanging around. Maybe he's like at a table with her, but near the stairs.
Right. Yeah, Dith will do an overt like double take and kind of stop his little caravan a little bit. Jarvis will keep moving on a little bit and notice that Leland's not following. And my, there are quite some beautiful women here, but you, my dear, take the cake.
Candy, this is who I was referring to. Leland, this is Candy. Candy,
it's my great pleasure. Have you ever had the pleasure of meeting Miss Tagami Yamada, international pop star?
It's just sort of like, yeah, even her like sort of demeanor and sort of armor cracks a little bit, and she realizes like she's working for you guys who are working with Tagami. But like it's gone in like a flash, and she's like, "Oh, of course, I would be honored to. I'm such a big fan."
Well, then, no delay. Come on, follow me. I've got the ticket to the backstage experience.
She sort of looks at you, Red, and she's like, "I don't believe I'll be needing my protection, but if it's not too much trouble, if you could join us."
of course.
Absolutely, I insist. I don't want to. I understand the agency has its rules, and I never want to get in the way of that. So.
Terrific. So you sort of escort her down over to the quote-unquote green room under the stairs.
Yeah, I'll shepherd him down, and but this time is the other band should be finishing up.
They're getting to it. I mean,
Okay.
sets run long. I mean, Tagami's just like, if we need to get going, I can kick him off at any time.
No, we'll just kind of entertain these guys underneath with Tagami, give them the star treatment, and just try to buy time for this other band to finish up and clear out of the green room so we can start getting our stuff out.
Yeah. The two reality hackers just sort of like hang by the door. They're sort of just chatting back and forth, but they're clearly, just keeping an eye on all of you.
Yeah. So once the band clears out.
Okay. Yeah, they'll finish after another half hour or so.
So Dithel or Leland will kind of make his way over to the two by the door, and Miss Tagami's going to need to get changed here. So, gentlemen, I know you think you get the perks of the job and whatever you want, but a little privacy for the lady.
They just sort of look at each other, and then just sort of like turn around. But they don't exit.
I'll kind of nod to Tagami to let loose a little bit, swing her weight.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, she's a performer. Got some chutzpah. Okay, so yeah, she just sort of like not like nods back at you and smiles, and then she sort of like just goes off into a rage. She like runs over, she like claps her hand, and she like pulls down one of these huge guys like by their ear. She's like, and she just starts like berating them in Japanese. I guess only Sampton and Sid speak it, but yeah, she just like starts using the dirtiest language we've ever heard. And these guys like just don't know what happened. And they like, the one she like grabs, sort of like bodyguard instincts kick in, and he almost like backhands her, and then like his hand like frees, and you can hear like you can smell like the burning of like his servos like stopping mid like millimeters away from her face, and he just sort of like gulps and then just sort of like nods at the other guy, and then they just both leave. But you can still hear them outside, even above the party. They're still like right outside the door.
All right, so I'll nod to Sig and Samson to start getting out quietly, at least, if they can, start unpacking some of the gear that they need. And we'll get Red's first, get his deck, and so he can shuffle it under his jacket, and so we can get those two back out.
Okay.
So once Red has his stuff stashed away, I'll kind of speak loudly. Sorry, Candy. It's unfortunately, even you are not welcome. While Tagami is getting in her dressing room, so look, maybe I'll catch you out on the dance floor a little bit. Who knows?
Suda looks back and forth from Red to you, and she's like, "Sure, sounds like a plan." And she sort of leaves. Red goes with her. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I have my deck and data jacks and stuff like that, so I'll be on my way.
Gotcha. Okay, you walk out.
All right, so Sig, do you want to get your spider bot and turn it on, and in a little bit I'll head out on the dance floor just to make sure that things are looking fine and try to get that up and running. Or I may just hold on to it for a little while because we're going to need you to signal the alert about the pyrotechnics.
You're going to hang on to the spider bot?
Yeah, I'll just activate it and I'll keep it in my jacket.
You don't want to have it roaming while
I guess we can. I guess you can wait to do the glitch until after I get it up.
Yeah, I mean, it would be different if I just feel like once the pyrotechnic thing goes wrong, that's our window almost. So we want the spider bot to at least be able to see.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Or even just gather maybe or here it looks like and who's up there.
Okay. No, yeah, that's fine. Activate it and give it to me, and I'll head out.
Okay.
All right, so I'll put it in my pocket, and I'll kind of nod for. I'll just whisper to her to just shout a few more things in Japanese, just audibly for the guys outside to hear.
Okay, so yeah, she shouts some more words.
God, right away, Bissimad, I'll get on it. So, just will push out the door past the two guys. Fucking champagne, where's that asshole? God damn it.
You hear something, you're not sure what, is thrown behind you, and several more Japanese curse words follow as you leave.
Alright, yeah, so I'll head out. Is the bar that black thing? Is that what that is?
It's like around here. It's not really like, there's no really set bar. There's a bunch of like server drones sort of making their way around the floor. And you sort of like slot a cred stick and they'll dispense stuff for you. But there's like a small thing here for like bar food, or I guess if you want to talk to a bartender, get something
Okay.
special.
You know what? I'll just head into the. Actually, I'll just make my way. The bathroom's probably a good spot.
There's a heck of a line,
Dingy and okay.
even for the men's.
All right, yeah, I'll head to the bar, and just try to kind of saddle up against the wall there, and just kind of squeeze up next to the bar and start
Okay.
waving erratically.
You see the maitre d' over there. He's sort of like arguing with what you soon to be another bartender. The bartender's got like 3 different bottles of champagne, and the maitre d' is just like, he's like freaking out, like he's sweating profusely. He's got like huge pit stains, and like
Yeah,
he's just like
while
arguing
they're-
with him, and like another bartender comes over to you.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say while they're arguing with each other, I would try to make the drop. Try to just reach in.
Yeah, there's like a few other bartenders.
Okay. That's fine. I guess when I'm leaning up against the bar, so I'll like lean up and I guess I'll kind of wave one down, and as he's walking over, I don't know. It depends on if they're. No, I'll just get a drink first, and then when they turn to get it, I'll pull it out of my jacket and just with my other hand, my offhand, like slap it against the wall next to me.
Okay, like the wall of this sort of small little outbuilding, or building.
Yeah, I
room
guess. Is that where it's like against it, or?
here. Yeah, the
yeah.
bar's just like around this general area.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. How does that work when it goes up? Okay, so I have to go. Okay. So you drop the drone. Sig, are you actively monitoring it right now, or is it just sort of on autopilot?
I'm monitoring it. Yep.
Okay. So you're set up there. Takami's just sort of like sitting on the couch with Sampton or something. Sig, you log into the drone, and you get feed. It's on like sort of like the side of this building. You can sort of see people at the bar around you, but you start screwing up, I'm guessing. Up and up. That was your main goal, right?
Yeah. Heading
Okay.
up the ball.
Give me. Did I ever give you stats for the spider drone?
I think so. Yeah, pilot of 2.
Okay. So yeah, make a. I guess you can make a stealth or
Control pool 8.
wait, let me see. How'd that work? Make like a stealth check with this drone. Although I guess this drone isn't like trained in stealth. Like it wouldn't have like a stealth autosoft. So you'll basically have to like code something on the fly or like send it specific instructions so it's just coming from your control pool. So spend as much control pool as you want on its sort of stealth check.
Okay, I'll do that. Let's go ahead and do soldier.
Okay, so target number is 9. Party's crazy right now, so let's say it's like just right. So I'll say someone has to roll like a 15 to see it. And even then, they might not know what it is. So the average of the crowd. Okay.
Is anyone else like playing around with drones out there? Everyone's like really into cybernetics and stuff, right?
Most of the drones around are larger, sort of serving models and stuff like that. There's a few like going around cleaning stuff up or things like that. But yeah, Dith, you definitely notice like it sort of goes off and it just sort of scurries up this side of this room, and then the room above it juts out a little bit, so it crawls over and then up. And the room above it is like glass, but I mean, it manages to get up and over that too. So now you're basically that's 4, that's 3. So you're basically on this room right now, like maybe above it. And then what's the 3rd floor look like? Yeah, you actually can't reach the 3rd floor. You'd have to like go around. But I mean, I guess it's going pretty well. I might have you make another stealth check eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, and your control pool doesn't refresh until you've made 2 actions, just so you know.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you want to do with it? Like, what are you looking for?
I want to get up to the 3rd floor, and just see who's up there. Watch people coming in and out of whatever server rooms.
Okay. So you sort of have to make your way off of the top of this thing, scurry across the walkway and then up the side of the wall or something. Okay. So let's see. How's that gonna work? Looks like a ladder extending from this down here, but drone can't climb that. Okay, so give me another stealth check. The people on the 3rd floor are not that engrossed in the parties per se. They're more of like it's sort of like the chill section, so they're going to be a little more a little more attentive.
Right.
Yep. So which roll to get up there?
Sorry, it's stealth.
Yeah. It's basically, since the drone doesn't actually have any stealth programming, you basically have to like make it on the fly. No ones, but you did get an 11. Let's see. So these guys are a little more attentive, but it's still pretty dark up here. So their target number would be like 13 or something. Ooh, okay. And yeah, you managed to sneak over up the side of the wall and get up to a vantage point where you can see over the 3rd floor. And now you're here. Not too much that you didn't notice from the 2nd floor. Just a few looks to be rowdy hackers and maybe some of their close friends hanging out up here. And maybe a few groups, maybe leaning over the railings, checking out the party, or going back and forth from their dorms.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing going on in the penthouse. That is, the glass there is all obscured.
Tinted.
Yeah. Same thing with the door, and I guess the dormitory wouldn't be, and you just see a few people in there hanging out. Yeah. Must be reality hackers.
Is anyone in the bathroom?
Sadly, the bathroom is opaque as well.
No. So yeah, I'll keep it trained on server room and security office.
Okay. Are you going to be sort of actively monitoring this all the time, or are you just sort of setting it up? Some sort of program?
Currently, I'm actively monitoring it until. Let's see. We need to get down to the pyrotechnics, or I need to figure all that stuff out. So we're on the 2nd floor.
The drone's on the 3rd floor, basically, right now.
Right, but we are on the second floor, right?
No, you're in the first floor. You're underneath the stage.
No, we're still under the stage.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Great. That's right. So I stayed behind. Okay, perfect. So then I'll just one. No control deck. Yes, I mean I'll keep. I'll set it on autopilot right now, but I'll come back to it and observe through it.
Okay.
And pyrotechnics.
Okay.
Whatever.
So, this turn has been. So make a. So your. What's it called? Your command to the drone is pretty simple. You're telling it to watch these two specific rooms and notify if someone comes in or out.
Yeah.
Okay. So make a pilot test for the drone to understand that. I'll say that the target number is like 4, just like a basic or
I in trouble
yeah, if you have any.
because it would have refreshed after the stuff. Right?
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Yep. So it accepts your command and appears to understand it and sets up to monitor those 2 rooms. All right. The rest of you guys doing?
I'm going to radio to, well, just the whole crew, but specifically John, or Red, or Jim. To let them know that we're about to, getting ready to give the alert. So, I'll try to get a description from Alexa of who's coming down, so you guys can get eyes on him and know who the target is. But just to give you a heads up.
Okay. Red, as you're getting this message, you're hanging out on the first floor still, right?
Yep.
Okay. So as you're getting this message, a person approaches Candy. Someone with a black-haired ponytail walks up to her. God damn it, I'm still on the map layer. And starts to strike up a conversation with her. It looks like he's like asking her about if she knows Tagami. And, like, I saw you went to the green room, the place under the stage. Did you meet Miss Yamada? And she's just sort of coyly playing it off. She's like, oh yeah, I tried to ask for like an autograph or something. I'm a big fan, but I just got her publicist. You know, nothing special. But he keeps plying her about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe try to move a little bit closer, but I'm not gonna really act anymore. I don't know how close am I to Candy right now.
I'd say you're like maybe like a few bodies away. Like maybe she's up at this table, like talking to a few people, making social, and you're sort of like a few meters away, just watching over it.
I gotcha. Yeah, I'll probably try to move a little bit closer, but I kind of won't interrupt the conversation at all. Kind of just be trying to keep a closer eye on it, see how it kind of progresses.
Mm-hmm. So he sort of like notices you edging up a little closer, and he's like, "You're this your bodyguard?" He's like, "Yeah, you know, people I work for, they like to make sure we're protected." And he's sort of like, "Oh, okay. Didn't know you were that type of girl."
Oh, hey, girl.
And then it's sort of like the conversation shifts, and he sort of like starts asking her for like maybe a little alone time. You know, he's talking about how successful he is. You know, he makes such and such money. He drives such and such cars. Like, I think I could afford it. And so he starts, asking to try to get a little alone time with Miss Candy.
Does she seem open to it, or
Yeah,
she kind of?
well, she's sort of like looking back and forth at you, but like this guy's being pretty persistent.
Right.
So she's sort of like, you know,
As so she hasn't actually said no yet.
right? Yeah, she's sort of just like stringing him along.
I see. Uh, I mean, does this guy seem like he fits in this kind of crowd, or does he seem a little out of place?
Well, just give me like an intelligence check real quick.
All right.
Yeah, you remember this guy fits the description of one of those persons of interest that Sampton told you about.
Um,
One of those guys who appeared very interested in Miss Yamada, and not in a good
see.
way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll kind of shift that. I guess move a little bit closer and just kind of pipe up and say, maybe you should look to find entertainment elsewhere.
Okay, he sort of like stops the conversation. He's like, "What? I was just having a conversation with the lady. Like, what? Let her work."
Yeah, I'm pretty good at my job. I know when to steer people away from her, and
What, you're saying I'm not good enough?
I did not say that at all.
It sounds like you're saying it.
Kind of, I'll shrug my shoulders, trying to kind of keep my cool a little bit, and just
Channeling your inner Patrick Swayze. Gotta be
yes.
Someone spits in your face. I want you to be calm.
He hasn't spit in my face yet.
No,
He-
How do we know it's time not to be calm? I will tell you.
but yeah, no, just kind of shrug my shoulders and just be like, I'm not trying to be offensive. It's just business.
So, he sort of takes on this more combative demeanor. He says, "Well, maybe we should take this outside. You know."
All right,
Tough
maybe
guy
we
and
could
all.
just let the lady decide if she wants to spend some time with you or not. I'll kind of look towards Candy.
She sort of like looks up. She's like, "Yeah, maybe. I've got something else to do. I got some other clients actually. Now's not a good time." And so yeah, he seems to not take this very well. Yeah, and he's sort of like, I guess he sort of gives up and sort of just like walks away, and he's like, he says, "All right, fine. I didn't want it anyway." He says, "It's all right. Well, maybe I'll come back with my friends."
Believe me, I'm not the only person here. Try to enjoy your night.
All right. So he sort of disappears back into the crowd.
Is there possibly a place? Is there? I guess there's probably not a good quiet place.
Not really.
Yeah.
Maybe the green room is as close as you get.
Green room. Where's that? Is that
It's
on the second floor?
under the stage.
No, it's where we are under stage.
Oh, yeah. But that's
I know it's
not
blue.
exactly.
It's not
What's that?
technically a green room, but
I got.
it's green.
Yeah. Ideally, I'd like to communicate this to everybody, but I don't want to just shout it out.
Shout.
Is there like an outside area at all where like people might go to step just outside for fresh air without going?
Yeah, there's a balcony off the second floor.
Yeah. Maybe I'll ask Candy to accompany me to the balcony. Maybe get a breath of fresh air.
So sure, she looks a little worried right now. She's like, what was all that about?
Nothing good, but just have to keep our wits about us.
All right. I just like to know if I'm in trouble. All right.
It shouldn't be you that is gonna be in trouble. It'll be them.
So look, I can handle myself. I just like to know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah, there's. I won't say too much, but we'll see what the situation's like on the balcony, and then maybe we can talk some more.
Okay, so you head up there, and yeah, you're not hassled at all for going on the second floor. People just sort of like see who you're with and what you sort of represent. They just let you pass. And you head out to the balcony. The balcony's actually cleared out a little bit, but it's still, there's still a fair amount of people up here. But it looks like most people are getting pretty excited for Tagami's performance because the other band is sort of wrapping up and Tagami's setting up.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to. Is there like an isolated place on the balcony? There aren't too many people.
Yeah, you can sort of like head over to the edge and sort of like lean over it, away from everyone else.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of do that and just kind of say something along the lines of that those guys really don't seem to fit in here too well. I'll kind of be trying to say this over the transceiver, trying to give a heads up to everybody else. What all was he, I guess, talking to you about, Candy?
He just wanted to know if I met Miss Tagami and how many people she was with and what she was like, what she was doing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll kind of lean in to kind of whisper in her ear that there might be an abduction on her planned for tonight. And so we're trying to keep an eye out for anything particularly suspicious relating to Tagami and people who are asking questions about her.
Sort of nods slowly and just like, okay. So she's caught up in all this too, huh?
A little bit, unfortunately.
Poor girl. But yeah, I'll let you know if anyone else has any more questions for me about that stuff.
Yeah, if there's anybody that's like that seems really interested in her, definitely don't go off alone with her. I'll try to stay as close as I can. But there's plans which I'll need you to be a part of later in the night. Should be coming up here briefly.
She sort of nods. I'm ready whenever.
Yep.
Alright. Cool. So the rest of you guys, while this was happening, what were you guys doing? Trying to set up for Tagami?
Yep. Yeah, and oops, my mute. And yeah, Sig, your bot's good to, or Alexa, your bot is in position.
Yep. And I'll log back on there real quick and check in with it.
Okay. All right. Jim's aware that target should be the John should be moving pretty soon. So. Yeah, Sig. I guess whenever you're ready, you can call on that alert about this pyrotechnics glitch.
Okay. So wait, who am I calling?
Is there like a red phone in here? Like a...
No.
Okay. Is there a phone line at all?
I mean... No. Nah. There's not really a phone line. There's like network access and stuff. You might be able to try and find something on that, like some sort of assistance line or help thing.
Okay.
I'll make sure... We'll just make sure that all the false like bottoms of the cases and everything are back in place for now, just so that everything looks okay. Alexa, just put your like deck behind like the couch for now.
Okay.
Just because these other guys may come in. There's
Right.
going to be people coming in here, so we'll just kind of, keep things stashed away for the time being.
Yep.
And then I'll go make a ruckus with these two outside and get them to call maintenance.
Okay. And I'll kind of peruse through the network and see if there's any assistance buttons or anything, or options.
All right, so I'll kind of fuck, god damn it, and I'll push back out the door. And do you guys have any sort of maintenance team around here that can help us? We can't start the show. There's our show tech guy found there's some sort of issue with the pyrotechnics system. There's
Okay,
it's all fucked. We can't start without this. We're not gonna be able to go on.
As soon as you open the door, you see the two reality hackers guys outside, and you see this other guy talking to them, sort of like pleading with them to if he can go see Miss Yamada. He's like, he's a big fan. You want an autograph? And they're just sort of like, nah, man. She's like, try after the show. She's busy right now. Just getting ready. And the guy's just pretty persistent. You come out, say your piece. One of the guys turns to you and he's like, what's going on?
Look, Mike, you could talk to Alexa yourself, but look, there's some sort of issue. There's a bug or something with the whole pyrotechnics programming. But we can't start the show like this. There's a potentially that it could cause some sort of glitch or malfunction, or God forbid, an explosion or something with the pyrotechnics system. Look, we can't go on without this. We're gonna have to cancel Tagami if we can't get this fixed.
He sort of like looks over to the other guy. He sort of shrugs. He says, "All right, let me take a look at it first." He sort of comes downstairs.
All right, yeah, I'll let him back in, kind of in a fluster.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just be searching through the computer.
Okay, he like looks around. He's like, he points over to Sig, and he's like, "Is that the one having problems?"
Yeah, Alexa, our show tech.
All right, he walks over to you.
Yeah, the transitor isn't responding, and I just was looking at the amount of gas that we have stored up in these tanks, and it just doesn't seem like a safe correspondent coefficient.
Okay, so are you trying to like out technobabble him?
Yeah.
All right, so give me like
unless there was a glitch. This was set up in the program that Red made, right?
None of you gave any program to anyone yet.
No, I thought it gets put into the. Damn it.
Okay.
Isn't it the chip that we insert into the?
By setting up the pyrotechnics show, yeah. Like when I put the drone on autopilot, I said I was like getting ready for the show, which I kind of just assumed implied getting ready for the show, like.
Right, but I mean, you kicked everyone out of the room. I wasn't sure who you were going to, give anything to, or.
Oh, I assumed we had the control to set it all up ourselves, and we just put the chips in and the programs and stuff, right?
Oh no, you had to give those to their people.
Oh yeah, that would have been the first thing we did when we got here. Just give it to them, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind. Okay. So he's sort of like, okay, so give me like a knowledge roll. What's like a good knowledge skill you have that you're trying to jargon him out?
Oh, jargon him out. See,
yeah, you're basically
engineering.
Trying to say something that works. You're just trying to say something that baffles him. Okay, yeah. It's like, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to see through that.
Little help.
Yeah, nope. So he just sort of like, maybe he like checks a few things. He's like, hold on one sec. And he sort of like walks away, and you hear him talking. They're talking pretty low. It looks like he's contacting someone on some sort of headwear communications device or something. But he's speaking in like sub-audible tones. And you hear him arguing. Let's see. Okay. I guess your drone would be beeping somewhere around now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you hear a faint little like beep coming from behind the couch.
I'll
Street over there.
look. Are you gonna fucking get somebody, or do I have to go get him myself?
Look, I'm talking to someone. All right, we'll get it figured out.
Well, come on, we gotta get him down here.
He's coming.
The show cannot start without this fucking thing fixed. Come on.
I'm talking to him right now. You're distracting me.
Sig will hear this and the beeping went off.
Mhm.
She'll radio in over to Travis. Shit. Oh, Jim. Yeah. Jim and who's it? Jotun?
Yeah, just call him Joe. Jim and Joe.
Jim Joe. Hey Jim Joe, we got a major cog in the gear works coming down.
What I would say.
From the third floor.
Roger. Concrete cowboy.
Yeah, so I guess that hearing that, I'll kind of perk up and just kind of look at Candy and be like, "Well, time to go.
So,
Time to act."
springs up and like sort of says goodbye to whoever she was talking to, and trots over and follows you.
Yeah. So I guess kind of as we're moving and approaching the stairs, I'll just kind of lean in and whisper and kind of just go over what's happening with the issue with the system. We're expecting somebody to come and fix it, and then she needs to kind of woo him or.
Okay, so you want me to do that before he goes under the stage or after?
After he fixes the issue.
Yeah, okay.
And ideally, if you can get access to, if you can like steal his card, his like access card would be preferred.
Oh, I can do that.
Relying on you.
Don't fuck up.
Or you're-
Okay. Why don't we call it there on this little cliffhanger?
Mm-hmm.
Most of you are under the stage, looking over at the couch that's beeping. Red and Candy are hustling over to the stairs. Hopefully someone or something is coming down from the top level to fix the issue. And yeah, Bullseye's probably just drunk off his ass, hitting on Rose.
Yeah, pretty much. Sampton's not getting any of this. It's all mine.
Cool. Alright, yeah. Sounds good. Oh man,
Nice.
a lot of
That was
moving
fun.
parts.
Great to get back into that.
Yeah. It's right on the cusp of this thing. Oof. What if it is? What if Rose is Brant?
What if Candy is Brant?
You know what candy spelled backwards is, right?
Brant?
You need awesome. Yeah, we'll see if you guys can get out of here in one piece. If your crazy plan can work.
It's always down to a crazy plan.
It's always down to freestyle.
No, you kind of have to. You can't. Yeah. don't like playing so much.
Yeah. Can't expect every outcome. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Is everyone good for next week?
Yeah, yep.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks again, Alan.
Yeah. Gotta get my DM legs back under me. Good practice.
You never lost.
All right. Yeah. Cool. I'll see you guys next week.